The way Nick Saban was the coach of the Miami Dolphins, and John Gruden, who's here as a Monday Night Football broadcaster for ESPN, was the Buccaneer coach. So it's been that long since the Bucs and Dolphins have played in a regular season game in this building. You know, one of the other things is going to be a fun matchup tonight. Mike Wallace and that deep burner speed that he has against Darrelle Revis. What's the key for the Buccaneers, not just with Revis, but as a secondary, to not let the Dolphins make a big play in the pass game?
Well, I think you need to keep Revis on Wallace, and what we've seen teams doing for the first 3 or 8 weeks so far is they've moved receivers around to try to get them into the slot and put them in motion so Revis comes off them. But we saw the last couple of weeks Revis moving with the receivers, and that's going to help the Bucs defense. You can't blitz all the time. You have to pick and choose your opportunities. But any quarterback with a lot of time is going to wait on a receiver to make a double move and get open deep. So the key is going to be put pressure on Tannehill and leave Revis on Wallace, whether he's in the slot or out wide. If he goes in motion, go with him and let your best play against their best.
Well, we will see what the Buccaneers can do to try to finish off a first victory of the season. They've been close on several different occasions, including last week in Seattle. Now you got to try to finish one off tonight. That's the biggest key. Find a way in the fourth quarter to finish a game.
And whether that's having to talk to each other on the sideline, if something doesn't go their way, they can't get discouraged. You got to continue to play, and they have to expect the opportunity to win the end.
We will see how it goes. 83, nice job coming up on the Florida Cancer Specialists and Research Institute pregame show. Buccaneers General Manager Mark Dominic is next after this timeout.
The Florida Cancer Specialists and Research Institute pregame show continues with Building the Bucs. Brought to you by Verizon Fios Quantum, America's fastest, most consistent, and most reliable internet. Now, Buccaneers General Manager Mark Dominic and Gene Deckerhoff.
It is a gorgeous Monday evening in the Bay Area, and tonight Monday Night Football has the spotlight shining on our Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And welcome General Manager Mark Dominic for our Building the Bucs segment. And nothing quite like Monday Night Football, Mark.
It's a beautiful night. You're exactly right, Gene. And we got lots of people standing outside, and it looks like they're filling in. It's going to be a great night to be able to have a football game under the lights here in Tampa Bay.
National spotlight. The cameras focus on the Buccaneers and Monday Night Football. And, you know, this is the conclusion of a tremendous weekend. And a lot of us had a chance to, the present two of us, we had to work this weekend, yes, obviously. But a lot of folks had a chance to be with family and friends and enjoy a holiday weekend and remember the veterans that have served this great country of ours and the veterans that have made this country great. We have the big salute across the way. Thank you, military. And we're going to have a special pregame show. Veterans all over the place.
That's right.
Wounded Warriors are here in the house, and it's just a tremendous way to finish a tremendous holiday, the Veterans Day.
Yeah, it's one of those holidays that I think more and more time goes on, more and more people pay attention to it and understand the significance of it. And I think that's what's so special. And tonight's a special night for so many military men and women, active duty or non, you know, and that are involved in USAAs out here tonight doing a big event. So there's a lot of different people out here tonight showing their support, and we have invited a lot of military to be around so our community could say thank you to them correctly.
And, you know, when you come in to land on airplanes at Tampa International Airport, you make that loop, and you just take for granted MacDill Air Force Base, the Southern Command right there. And today I looked over at MacDill and I said, you know, that's the heart of the veterans in this area, MacDill Air Force Base, and, of course, the Southern Command. And it's just a big part of this entire area, the military.
Yeah, SOCOM's massive, and obviously MacDill, with it being down right here in our community and so close. That's what makes Tampa so great, is because everybody's on top of each other. And I think that's why our town really rallies around our military and shows the support. And that's why a game like tonight, when you have a chance to thank our military men and women again, you know, we got obviously parachuters. Looks like they're getting ready to set up and come on down. So it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a great night. You got a football game. We got military. We got a chance to go out there and get that win.
And speaking of veterans, how about a veteran of 14 years of the National Football League? Most of those, 9 of them with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight. Warren Sapp is remembered by the Buccaneer Nation, and he'll be commemorated here on the Ring of Honor.
That's right. And it's been a reunion down there, as you can imagine. I mean, with all the players that are down there, certainly some future Ring of Honor men are down there on the field as well. But tonight's a great night for Warren Sapp. Well earned, and it really, it hits them when the name actually pops up on the stadium. To think that generations from now, his name will always be there. And, he's such a big part, a massive part of what we did in our defense here on this football team. And it's certainly fitting for him, being in obviously the Hall of Fame, to be in our Ring of Honor and for always to be remembered.
His mother is here, his family is here, and we had a reception for Warren and his teammates about 2 hours ago. And, Warren got very choked up when he greeted his fellow teammates, and he said, I just want to say this is a special day for me. And I've very seldom seen Warren at a loss for words, but he was actually at a loss for words tonight.
Yeah, it's a special night. I mean, again, you get to go back to where, he played games in this venue and won a lot of games for our organization here. And, just to come back here and now get to do it for your fans. Look, the Hall of Fame is a spectacular event, and it's big, but it's not just Buccaneers. Tonight's a lot about the Buccaneers and what Warren Sapp did, and I think that's what makes it such a special night for him. It's certainly a special night for our team.
Yeah, he joins Paul Gruber, Coach John McKay, the late Leroy Selman, and Jimmy Giles. He'll be the fifth honoree enshrined in the Buccaneer Ring of Honor, and that's a nice segue. Veterans Day to salute our military.
Yes.
To a great Buccaneer veteran, Warren Sapp.
That's exactly right. It's a great night. It's a great opportunity, and it's going to be a lot of fun here, and hopefully cap it off with a win, right, Gene?
We fire the cannons a lot, score some touchdowns, and go Bucs and win.
Go Bucs.
Bucs win, Bucs win. I want to say that.
That sounds
Mark
good.
Dominic, General Manager, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Building the Bucs was brought to you by Verizon Fios Quantum, America's fastest, most consistent, and most reliable internet. We'll have more on the Florida Cancer Specialist and Research Institute pregame show. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.
Bucs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
The Florida Cancer Specialists and Research Institute pregame show presents A Cut Above the Rest. Brought to you by Ackerman Jewelers, your engagement ring store, and more.
All right, this is A Cut Above. We're visiting with rookie running back Mike James out of Miami. And Mike, wow. All I can say is, wow, congratulations, great game. Your second start, man, 158 yards. You threw a touchdown pass. Just give me your thoughts on that whole thing.
Oh, it was a blessing to be out there. God gave me the opportunity to go out there and do what I need to do. So did Coach Shiano, Coach Sully and EB and the coaching staff. And it was just an honor to go out there and do it. I wouldn't be able to do it without my teammates on the offensive line. And, I'm just thankful for those guys that gave me the opportunity to do it.
Well, Mike, let's talk about that offensive line. They were pretty doggone physical against a physical defense.
Most definitely. I mean, they they do that all week. The scout team, guys like Khalil Gall, they get those guys ready, to be prepared to play on Sunday. And, shots goes out to the scout team, shot goes out to the offensive line for working the way they do in the week. And, it's an honor to run behind them on Sundays.
Now, when you were putting that game plan together, obviously you had confidence in it. But did you have any idea it was going to work to that level?
You never really know. I mean, you expect the best, but you're preparing for the worst. And, that's how we approach every week.
Now, let's talk about your big touchdown pass, man. Your first touchdown is a touchdown pass instead of a rushing touchdown. How ironic is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's very ironic. It's crazy. I mean, you would think – I would have thought, my first touchdown has been a rushing touchdown, but it wasn't. And, I'm happy that Crabtree was there, and I thank God for the opportunity to be able to do it.
Now, did you see him fall down on the play, and what did you think at that point?
I was like, oh, snap, oh, goodness.
So you don't have many options at that point, right?
I have no options. And it was a big defensive lineman coming to hit me up under my chin. I was like, I got to get rid of it. I try to think, as much as I could like a quarterback. I got great guys on the scout team like Steven Means getting me prepared, all week. And, I just try to take my preparation to the game.
I see you giving your boys props. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got to show my boys some love, you know what I'm saying?
This is A Cut Above. We're getting you ready for tonight's kickoff, 8:40 kickoff. It is Monday Night Football. The whole world is watching. I'm here with Mike James, rookie running back, who started his second game last week at Seattle. 28 carries, 158 yards, threw a touchdown pass. What are you going to do for an encore tonight, man, against the Dolphins?
Stick to my basics, run behind that good offensive line, and, just let the chips fall where they may. No expectations, no guesses, no foreseeing what's going to happen. Just going out there and doing what I can to win the game.
Give us a basic difference between the Dolphins' defense and the defense you ran against last week in Seattle.
They're basically the same. Dolphins, in my eyes, are one of the top defenses in the league. Very athletic, great guys up front, L&B, Cameron Wake. Just being out there, getting the opportunity to play against those guys is going to be a great experience.
Now, I heard a stat during the game, and I'm like scratching my head going, that can't be right. said Mike James has not had a 100-yard rushing game since high school. Is that correct? You never rushed for 100 yards at the U?
Came close a few games, but we had so many backs, and they do such a great job recruiting. It's hard to. I mean, we got guys like I'm playing against tonight, Lamar Miller. He was my college roommate, and like I say, you'll see him. He's very explosive, and just being in college with guys like that, it's hard to get 100 yards because he's breaking tackles, I'm breaking tackles, and next thing the offense off the field. So that's pretty much how it went in Miami.
All right, there's Thursday night football, there's Sunday night football. But anything really bigger than Monday night football, other than the Super Bowl, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you always, dream of, things like this. And, it's just a blessing that I'm able to do it. I mean, I thank God that I'm able to get up today and, play the game that I love, and play with play my teammates and have the camaraderie that we have. And, I'm thankful for it.
All right, he's number 25. Look for him. Rookie, Mike James, out of Miami. Going to do some dirt tonight against the Dolphins. Thanks, Mike. Good luck.
Appreciate you.
You got it. A Cut Above has been brought to you by Ackerman Jewelers. The best of the best. The Florida Cancer Specialist Research and Institute pregame show will continue after this timeout.
The Florida Cancer Specialists and Research Institute pregame show continues with the Geico Fantasy Football Report. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Here's Ronnie Lane.
All right, if you're a fantasy football player this week and you had the following players, a guy like Drew Brees, who threw 4 touchdown passes, or Tavon Austin, he only had 3 catches, but boy, were they something. 2 of them went for TDs for 138 yards combined. 31 points in most leagues or more, 31 points or more in most leagues for Drew Brees. So if you had those 2 guys, you're in real good shape this week. Also, if you had Demaryius Thomas, nice day, catching balls from Peyton Manning. He had 3 touchdown receptions, 108 yards receiving. Peyton Manning, obviously, with 4 touchdowns and no picks. He pointed 27 points or more in most leagues. And RG3 had a very nice game with 3 touchdown passes against no interceptions. Again, 27 or more points in most leagues for RG3. If you had those guys, you're pretty doggone happy right now with your fantasy team. Putting a winning lineup together is tough. Getting a quote from Geico is not. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO or contact your local Geico office today. We'll have more on the Florida Cancer Specialist and Research Institute pregame show. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.
Will the weather affect the game? Let's go down to the field and check in with TJ Reeves for the weather and field conditions.
We get ready for this one here on the Raymond James Stadium turf for Monday Night Football. Beautiful night for football. Temperature in the mid-70s, not much wind, and the field in great shape. And with all that out of the way, I got Buccaneer royalty next to me here. Tony Dungy, the former longtime coach of the Bucs, turned this team into a winner in the late 90s. Great to see you. I know just in front of us is Warren Sapp, who's going to be on it at halftime. What's it like to be part of a night like tonight, Coach?
Well, TJ, it's just been great to be back here and get to see Paul Gruber and Rondé Barber and John Lynch, Derek Brooks. It's so special, but it makes me remember the first time Warren came in my office, and I told him, we can do something special. You can be the ringleader. You got to be Joe Green in this defense. And he said, just tell me what to do, Coach. And he certainly went out and did it.
What an honor this is for him tonight, and what a thrill it is for us to reminisce about the great days of Buccaneer football. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here. Wouldn't miss it, and I can't wait for a great game tonight, but halftime is going to be special.
Thank you, Coach. There's Coach Tony Dungy here with us down here on the field. We get ready for this one as the Buccaneers get ready for Monday Night Football tonight here with the Miami Dolphins. That's your weather and field conditions. How about that? Coach Tony Dungy even gave us a minute down here on the field. Gene and Dave are coming up straight ahead with the kickoff. That is after this timeout.
Well,
This has been the Florida Cancer Specialists and Research Institute pregame show. Florida Cancer Specialists and Research Institute. We put you back into the game. Visit us online at flcancer.com.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2013 season.
Game 9.
Welcome to the night, where the only salvation is light. and the shadows call your name.
I know there's other national TV games now, but it is kind of just the backbone of NFL spotlight is that Monday night game.
Welcome to the night, where no safety shall be found, and nothing will remain the same.
Excited.
Everybody watches it.
Monday night game back in our stadium.
Even if people don't want to watch us, they're going to have to watch us.
Throws a hard sack on. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Looking forward to it.
When darkness surrounds you, there is a light that burns within you, illuminating your soul.
On Monday, when everybody lines up, all the distractions go out the window.
Under pressure, he is sacked by Gerald McCoy.
It'll be a tough battle.
Welcome to the night, where millions judge you, your house embraces you, and the brightness igniting the passion for football drive you, all on a Monday night.
There's no moral victories. There's one team that wins and one that loses.
Bucs win! Bucs win!
We got to find a way to win this game Monday night.
The sounds of the evening creep closer to kickoff. Excitement fills the moonlit sky. For a spectator's delight, where men of valor fight to be phenomenal or be forgotten.
Oh, man, it's big, man.
We got some momentum going. You know, I think our offense is playing as well as they did all year.
I feel like as a defense, we just need to showcase just knocking guys out, man, left and right.
He's sacked back at the 48-yard line. Wow.
Encouraged by the way they're sticking together and really growing as a team right now. Can't wait to get back to playing.
The bright lights, the big stage, accompanied with a colossal challenge as the pewter and red look to fish for fins in the muddy waters of NFL trenches.
This is all about the Bucs. Us putting together a whole game, 4 quarters. The only thing I really can focus on is trying to get this first win out the way. Not 3 quarters, not 3.5 quarters. The whole game, 4 quarters.
Welcome to the night, to reflect and honor the past.
Sacked by Warren Sapp.
To focus on the task at hand.
I'm going to come out and give it everything I have, and that's just what they're going to get from me every time.
And to battle for glory tomorrow. Buccaneers, Dolphins. Now the voice of the Buccaneers, Gene Deckerhoff.
Well, back here at Raymond James Stadium, we get ready for a very moving pregame ceremony on Veterans Day. There are wounded members of the United States military that are now part of the color guard coming out to midfield for the national anthem that is going to be sung by the Army chorus here momentarily, and all of the fans in the lower level have been given red, white, and blue cards that spell out "Thank you, military" on one side of the stadium, "Thank you, veterans" on the other side of the stadium. They are all holding those cards up now, and when the national television audience joins us from ESPN, that will be visible on TV as the national anthem is being sung as part of Salute the Troops weekend here from USAA, the National Football League, and obviously the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So a conclusion to Veterans Day and Veterans Day night here tonight with a great ceremony. They just had some paratroopers jump in from the United States military before this game. And what a neat moment as the American flag is about to be unfurled, and they're going to sing the national anthem, and everybody's going to hold those cards up all around the lower bowl of the stadium, thanking the United States military on this Veterans Day before the Buccaneers and the Miami Dolphins get set to play. And Dave Moore, I know you're up high while I'm down here on the field. There's a lot of anticipation for this pregame moment. It's going to be really cool. I don't know about you, but the hair on the back of my neck standing up.
You can just feel it watching those guys walk out to midfield. It's definitely an emotional atmosphere. It's exciting. It's Monday night. It's definitely something special and memorable about tonight.
Number 99, Warren Sapp, by the way, is standing in front of me. He'll be honored at halftime, so we got dual celebrations going on here this evening. And I know a lot of the fans very eager to participate in this card stunt. That's what it's called, going on here. They did this last night for the Sunday night game in New Orleans. There were several other games yesterday afternoon that did it as well, including in San Diego, where there's a big military presence, obviously, there in Southern California. So here with MacDill Air Force Base and Central Command right down the road, it's obviously near and dear to this franchise, the Glazer family, and this celebration. And the PA address announcer, John Magrino, here is setting things up for the crowd.
Of America support team. As part of the NFL's league-wide Salute to Service Military Appreciation Campaign, please welcome the United States Army Chorus performing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see on stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The United States Army Chorus.
Well, they don't sing it any better than we just heard. The national anthem, the United States Army Chorus, and the singing of our national anthem as we close our eyes and say a silent prayer for the men and women of our armed services that keep this great country free. We remember the veterans that have given so much, the families of those veterans that give a like amount to this great country. And it's just part of a special evening. As Dave, we talked to General Manager Mark Dominic on the Building the Bucs segment about this very special weekend and the memories we have. And there's a huge military presence here in the Bay Area, and I salute the members of the military and their families. I grew up in the U.S. Navy. My father was a career Navy man. My son was a 4-year Navy man, and I just really feel strongly about the veterans of this great country. Speaking of veterans, our referee tonight is Jeff Triplett. He won a Bronze Star in the Persian Gulf War. He is a retired Army Reserve Colonel, North Carolina National Guard. And he is our official tonight. The coin toss is brought to you by Hardee's. Jeff Triplett shakes hands with the captains of both teams, and we will have the coin toss presentation brought to you by Hardee's, and Jeff Triplett will handle the ceremony at midfield. Great day to be an American, as all our days, 365 days a year. How about the thank you military sign stunt? I heard them talk about it in the pregame. Here's Jeff Triplett. What do you think?
All right, gentlemen. I want to welcome everyone tonight. This special night where we're honoring all our soldiers and sailors and Marines. This is the coin. This is the head. This is the tail. That's the tail. That's the head. The tail, the heads. Miami, what is your call? Heads is the call. Heads is the call. All right, flip it up, Miss Schwarzkopf. It is a head. You want to defer. Miami is elected to defer. You want the football? Which way you want to kick? Stay right where you are. Tampa Bay will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
Well, Jeff Triplett says Miami wins the toss. The coin toss has been brought to you by Hardee's, home of the charbroiled 100% Black Angus thick burger, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and made from scratch biscuits. Hardee's. Eat like you mean it. Buccaneers will return the opening kickoff. We'll wear red jerseys, pewter helmets, pewter pants, and the Dolphins will be in all white with aqua stockings and numerals and piping. And that brand spanking new Dolphin logo on their helmets. You like the new logo?
I do.
Do you? You played for the Dolphins. You played for the Bucs.
Well, this Dolphin looks a little bit tougher than the old Dolphin. I actually played with and the new Bucs helmet is a lot tougher looking than the old one.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Good observation, Dave Moore. You play for both these teams. Now, the Dolphins have played on Monday Night Football more than any other team in the National Football League. When you were with the Dolphins, did you play on a Monday night game?
That was so long ago, Gene, I can't remember. But I tell you, the number is pretty impressive. You going to give them the number?
Well, this is their 80th appearance.
80th. How about that?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And they have won more than they have lost by a thin margin. They're 40-39 on Monday night. The highest rated television Monday Night Football game of all time. Well, it goes back to that 85 year when Chicago was unbeaten and went down to, at that time, the old Orange Bowl, and Miami held serve and beat them. And the members of that 1972 Dolphin team started drinking champagne when that game ended because It looked like the Dolphins might replicate their unbeaten season of 1985. Dolphins are 4-4. The Buccaneers are 0-8 as we get ready. And Caleb Sturgis will kick away. The opening kickoff brought to you by Tires Plus Total Leather. And the ball comes down in the end zone, will be returned by Sky Dawson. Dawson to the left, breaks a tackle out to the 23-yard line near the 24. And we are underway. Nice return by Sky Dawson. Kick off your drive with Tires Plus Total Car Care. Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting lineup is brought to you by Florida Hospital, the exclusive hospital of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, working together to improve the health of our community. Big change last week at left guard with Jamon Meredith. He'll stay there and start for the second week in a row. The offensive line, Penn, Meredith, Zutah, Davin Joseph, DeMar Dotson, the starting tight end, Tom Crabtree. Starting wide receivers are Vincent Jackson and Mike James is the starting running back behind Eric Loring. 2 wide receiver look and a 2 tight end set for the Buccaneers moving right. Handoff to the right goes Michael James to the corner, to the 27, to the 29. Michael James, a career high 158 yards rushing a week ago. And we begin today's game with a toss pitch, fundamental football, to James, and he runs left for a gain of 5, second down and 5. Wheeler with a tackle.
Immediately, Miami, they go to a single safety, which means they're trying to get that strong safety in the box. So they have 8 guys expecting the Bucs to come out and try to run it right away. And even with the 8 defenders, Bucs were able to pick up a good clip on first down.
Buccaneers stay with 2 tight ends and a receiver there. Tim Wright in motion. H-back in front of James. Dropping back to throw Mike Glennon. Stands tall in the pocket. Throws on the left side. It is caught by Tyquan Underwood in midfield. Tyquan spins off a tackle. He's to the 41-yard line of the Dolphins. Boy, Mike Glennon making his 5th career start is just a 6th career start, continuing to impress with his strong arm. That's not a routine pass that a rookie completes most of the time.
Well, it was a little play action, and because they have 8 guys in the box, it's a good opportunity. There's less guys down the field to defend, but great patience by Glennon to sit in the pocket on that post corner route by Underwood. It's well thrown on the sideline.
30-yard completion to Tyquan Underwood. First down, Bucs in Dolphin territory from the 41. Handoff to Michael James. Right up the gut he goes, following blocking of the guards in center, Jeremy Zutah and Joseph and Meredith, and now he finds a gain of 8. Sometimes it's a little easier if you got that push to run right up the gut rather than go laterally.
And it seemed like the combination with Meredith at left guard really made an improvement in their run game last week, and hopefully it'll continue to help the Bucs drive down the field.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers take the opening kickoff, have achieved a first down. Big play, a 30-yard completion. Mike Glennon to Tyquan Underwood, his 7th catch as a Buck this year. Will toss pitch to the right side. A man in motion. Handoff to James. He's got a first down and more inside the 20-yard line. He's to the 17, but this one is coming back. Spencer Larson had lined up as a wingman, an H-back to the right side, and he started moving upfield before the ball was snapped.
That's exactly right. He was lined up wide.
Illegal motion. 46 of the offense. Going forward at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
And that's exactly what happened. He was lined up wide like a wide receiver, and as he came in motion to crack the edge, he started upfield a little bit too early.
If he's just a half second before cutting upfield, we get a big gain of 15 plus.
That's exactly right. It turned out really not to be much of a factor because Mike James got on the edge so quickly.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers in red. We move right toward MacDill Air Force Base on this Monday night on Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, everyone. And a great crowd tonight. Handoff on a draw play. It's Mike James. Finds daylight to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. James to the 14-yard line. Great pulling block and a big hole up the middle, and Mike James has found a soft spot. Buccaneers move the ball with authority. First down and goal inside the red zone.
And Mike Glennon changes this play. They had 2 safeties deep, only 7 guys by the line of scrimmage, so he checked it to a run, was able to get the delayed draw to Mike James and a big run up the middle.
Bucs are in the AT&T red zone. AT&T is the fastest and now the most reliable 4G LTE network. Gain of 24 right up the gut. First down, 10 at the Dolphin 14. Buccaneers with 1 back. Mike James, 3 receivers, 2 to the left side. Here's the snap. James will run the counterplay to the left side, and there's very little there. He may have gotten a yard, maybe a yard and a half, and that'll bring up second down. Bucs inside the red zone, trying to punch in a score on the opening drive of the game. Buccaneers began this drive back at our 24-yard line. 2 big plays, a 30-yard catch by Tyquan Underwood, and a 24-yard run by Mike James. And Brian Leonard checks into the Buccaneer huddle now. 2nd down, 9.
And this is the area of the field on 2nd down is when you'd like to use a play action. It came out in spread formation.
18 times we've been in the red zone. We've scored touchdowns on 9 of them, 50% success. 2nd down, shotgun formation. Here comes pressure, pass over caught by Vincent Jackson. Jackson inside the 5 to the 4. He has a Buccaneer first down. First down and goal. Buccaneers on the Dolphin 4-yard line. Nice throw, Glennon. He hit Vincent Jackson in stride.
A nice recognition by Glennon of man coverage, and the 2 inside receivers push up the field, and Vincent Jackson, patient, pushes up and then fights his way across and is open right over the ball for Glennon.
Another first down for the Buccaneers, and we're inside the 5-yard line. In fact, the football inside the 4. And Michael James checks back in to the huddle. He has yet to score a touchdown on his rookie season, but he did throw one a week ago in Seattle. Remember the old jump pass. Jackson wide to the left side, to the near side. Tyquan Underwood the snap. Dropping is Glennon, throwing the side fade route to Jackson, knocked away in the corner of the end zone. And what Glennon is thinking right now, what Mike Sullivan is thinking, you got a size mismatch with Vincent Jackson. He goes 6'5", and the tallest corner the Dolphins have is 5'10". So you got a size mismatch. You take your shot there.
You're exactly right, and that's what they were trying to do against Brent Grimes, number 21. And when you got a receiver like that, and Glennon's thinking, I have to throw it a little bit higher.
Tampa Bay.
Well, the Buccaneers will spend a timeout early.
It'll be a 30-second timeout.
In this game, as Jeff Triplett tells us, Buccaneers looking for that elusive first victory. The Dolphins, well, they stopped the bleeding, albeit a very rare way. A safety in sudden death overtime results in a Dolphin victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. An unlikely victory, Dave. I don't think anybody gave the Dolphins much of a chance of winning that ballgame, but they did. They hung around, got a 94-yard interception return for a touchdown out of cornerback Brent Grimes, and then they got that tremendous sack of Andy Dalton in the end zone on the Bengals' first series at overtime, and the Dolphins won by 2. You don't see that very often. Was that only the 3rd time?
No, and if you watch that game, I mean, Tannehill's moving the ball through the air all the way down the field. Offensively, they put up a lot of numbers, but because of turnovers, it came down to the end in overtime.
Buccaneers have 2 tight ends and an H-back. You got Lorigan there as a fullback / H-back, and you got Tyquan Underwood lined up on the wing to the left side, and Vincent Jackson wide to the right. Now in motion comes Tim Wright. The snap, handoff up the gut goes James to the 2, to the 1. He dives to the goal line. He's short by maybe the length of the football. Officials on both sides come running up and raise their hand, and that means no touch of the chalk. And the Buccaneers will face 3rd down. We spent a timeout, talked over that play, and we're about the length of the football, maybe a little less, from the promised land on 3rd down and goal. Now, we've got a Buccaneer shaken up. Mike James. Did he just come back to the huddle and collapse? I think he did.
He actually got up and was limping pretty bad. And it got worse as he got closer to the huddle, so he went back down.
Yeah, he is down, and athletic trainer personnel and medical staff are on the field. There's an injury timeout. No score early. We threaten from a foot away. Let's take a timeout.
Buccaneers football. Brought to you in part by Miller Lite. When it's Bucs football time, it's Miller time.
9:54 to go in our opening quarter, and they have brought the card out for Mike James, who now has been placed on that card, and the crowd applauding. Gene and David, looked like on the one replay that we've seen that Mike was going through the middle of the Dolphin defense, and one of the defenders, as he was tackling him, landed on his left leg. We don't want to speculate what it is, but it's definitely a left leg injury of some kind, and the cart means it's serious, and Mike is emotional right now. His teammates were coming over to pat him on the head, pat him on the back. So Brian Leonard now the starting running back, and recently signed Bobby Rainey is the other running back if they need him, Gino.
Bobby Rainey out of Western Kentucky. Buccaneers face 3rd down and goal. It's Brian Leonard time. Brian Leonard in the backfield as the I-back. Play action fake by Glennon. Gets the pass away. Caught! Touchdown Tampa Bay! Donald Penn, a tackle eligible. Buccaneers score with a tackle-eligible play. Glennon avoids a sack, and the Bucs score. It's 6-0. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And Donald Penn was the left tight end, and they faked the run off tackle to the right, and Glennon was able to spin around. Fortunately, Donald Penn was all by himself because there was pressure in his face, but we've seen Donald Penn's athleticism, and then he goes up and spikes it over to crossbar. Pretty impressive for a big guy.
And the irony here is that during the timeout, the PA announcer announced and said that Donald Penn is starting his 101st career consecutive start as a Buccaneer, and they throw the ball to him. The Dolphins are going to say, hey, wait a minute, didn't he block a kick against us the last time we played? Yes, he did. Donald Penn's been a thorn on the Dolphins' backside, and he hurts them today. It's 7-0. Bob's Carpet Mart congratulates the Buccaneers on another touchdown. Fire them cannons. Bob's Carpet Mart, Tampa Bay's premier carpet and flooring source for over 43 years. Bob's Carpet Mart, you gotta love it. Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead earlier. We score on our first possession, 7-0. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Well, on this Veterans Day Monday, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have certainly looked like veterans mowing down the Dolphins on the opening series of the game for the first time this year. The Bucs score a touchdown on our opening drive. 9 plays, 76 yards, a little less than 5.5 minutes. And the rarest combination, quarterback to the offensive tackle. Donald Penn with a touchdown. The Buccaneers lead 7-0. This kickoff is brought to you by Tires Plus. Score new tires in under 60 minutes. And the kick to Marcus Thigpen will go through the end zone. So Mike Keenan, who has developed quite a reputation around the National Football League of kicking kickoffs through the end zone, continues to do his thing. One of the reasons why the Buccaneers are one of the best teams in kickoff coverage in the NFL as well. Dolphins and Ryan Tannehill will have the football for the first time, and they will start at their 20-yard line. Good start for the Bucs, Dave.
Very good start, and defensively, the Bucs want to shut down the run right away because the Miami Dolphins are 32nd in the league, giving up 35 sacks to this point. So you're going to be able to generate pressure, but they have to make them one-dimensional.
Offset I formation. Lamar Miller is the running back. He'll take the stretch handoff running to the near side. It's going to be tripped up behind the line of scrimmage and shoved out of bounds. Or was it Teo Nasom or Devontae David that got to him first? Foster then shoved him out of bounds, but somebody nicked him as he tried to turn the corner. He lost a yard. That was Daniel Teo Nasom that got a piece of him and extended that run to the near sideline laterally, and the Buccaneers are just too fast at the linebacker position for them to get any leverage.
That's exactly right. That defensive line, Teo Nasom was able to get through 2 blockers. He went through the left tackle, and then Clay, the H-back, fought his way across and was able to string it along for Foster to get there.
Middle of a lone setback and wide to the right, Mike Wallace. Tannehill under center, Mike Pouncey. Here's the snap. He'll take a 3-step drop. Tries to get the hard slant. Caught at the 29-yard line. Big throw, big catch, and Brian Hartline coming off a 100-yard receiving game against the Cincinnati Bengals. A flag thrown in the Dolphin backfield. A 3-step drop and a quick trigger throw to Hartline on a hard slant. Was there time for a lineman to hold? We'll wait for Jeff Triplett to tell us what the foul is.
Personal foul of some sort.
Well, Jeff Triplett walks over here.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 51 of the offense. Blow to the head of the defensive player. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, Mike Pouncey out of the University of Florida grew up in Lakeland, probably has a lot of family here, and he is the guilty man of that personal foul after the catch by Hartline. So it will be a 10-yard penalty back to the 19-yard line and basically erases the 10-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 11 again. So they'll replay that down.
Third down.
Third down it is. That's right. The penalty came after.
The enforcement of the penalty.
Yeah, the down marker had not changed to 3. It still said 2nd, but now it will be 3rd down and 11. And explain why, Dave, to our radio listeners. It came after the play was over.
Right, exactly. When those personal fouls come after the play is over, it doesn't affect the down, just the distance. You mark those yards off because it's after the play.
So, and it's a 15-yard penalty as well. So it's 3rd down and 16 from the Dolphin. 14 moving left. Wallace and Matthews wide to the right. They got an H-back, and that's Charles Clay in motion. Here comes pressure from Buck. Up the middle. They swing a pass out, and there's nobody there. That could be intentional grounding.
It should be grounding.
It should be grounding. There was nobody in Aqua and White there, although Lamar Miller was in the backfield.
In the direction and vicinity of number 26, an eligible receiver.
Well, it was 10 yards away from Lamar Miller, but I'm not going to argue with.
I didn't even see him over there. He's behind one of those offensive linemen. He's a little guy.
I'm not going to argue with a Bronze Star winner. That's Colonel Jeff Triplett on Veterans Day. Appropriate. Jeff Triplett says there's no foul for intentional grounding. There was nobody near where that football came down. Brandon Fields to punt from his own end zone. And the Buccaneers will return from near the 35-yard line. Eric Page is the punt returner for the Buccaneers at the 33. Good snap. Fields will get the kick away, and he heard it, a line drive returnable. Page will make the catch. There's a penalty flag already thrown to the far side. It's an end around on a reverse. Bucs have the alley on the left side. Sky Dawson down the far sideline, nailed at the Dolphin 46-yard line. But remember, a flag thrown. And a Dolphin player shaken up on that kick return. We reverse field, and boy, you got to have your head on a swivel because somebody's going to crack you pretty good. The flag was thrown before Eric Page received the kick. Injured player.
And that's the guy that's on the sideline. Usually, if it's a guy that goes out unforced.
Remember the kicking team, number 25, going out of bounds voluntarily at the snap. The 5-yard penalty be added to the end of the play. First down, Tampa Bay, timeout.
Well, the Bucs will have it inside Dolphin territory and add 5 more to it. The old flip pass, the lateral on the kickoff, and Sky Dawson took it across midfield. Bucs lead 7-0. We'll have great field position for our second series. Let's take a timeout.
Let's pause for station identification. This is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Radio Network.
8:07 to go in our first quarter. The Buccaneers with momentum, a 7-0 lead. Guys, the injury update on Mike James. We're being told it's his left ankle. His return is questionable. On the touchdown of the last drive, we had the chance on the Total Access radio show to talk to Donald Penn, who did catch a touchdown in the 2010 season in San Francisco. He said they have been practicing that tight end eligible all year. Tonight on Monday Night Football, they call it on the goal line for the left tackle, and he gets his second career TD, Gene.
And that ties Warren Sapp for the most touchdowns by a Buccaneer by non-specialists. First down, Bucs running left. Brian Leonard gets a block out there, cuts it across the 35, to the 30, to the 25-yard line. Brian Leonard trying to pick up the slack. We lose with Michael James being tended to with an ankle injury, and boy, he took off like he was a rookie running back running left. He's a big, thick guy. He's been around the league for a while. He's out of Rutgers, and he just picked up 14 yards.
That's just a little counter, and Lowrig, the fullback, was lined up on the line of scrimmage like a tight end and did a great job of hooking the defensive end, Vernon, number 50, to get that thing out the edge.
Olivier Vernon, a former University of Miami Hurricane. Boy, he got knocked down. Good blocking. Here's the snap. One back set, dropping to throw Glennon. Looking Glennon. Over the middle, throwing Glennon. It's caught by Vincent Jackson. He gets to the sideline outside the numbers to the 11-yard line. They'll say he stepped out around the 12, but boy, Mike Glennon and the Buccaneer offense is clicking right now. Picking up the first down. Got a big run by Leonard. Now another big gain. We're in the AT&T red zone. Back-to-back 14-yard plays. One running, one throwing. And the Buccaneers in the AT&T red zone at the 12-yard line. Buccaneers moving left and right. The AT&T is the fastest and now the most reliable 4G LTE network. Now swinging in motion, Sky Dawson to the near side. He'll join up with Vincent Jackson, one running back, and Mike Glennon directs traffic from the 12, moving right, first down. Handoff, Brian Leonard runs up the gut, times his cut to the 6-yard line. Wow, he hit that hole as quick as a hiccup, and he drags the tackler with him to the 5 for a gain of 7. It's second down and 3.
Brian Leonard was the only guy in the backfield, and it looked like he was going to come to the edge, and he actually slowed down, and as soon as that thing opened up, was able to accelerate, get through the hole. That's good, patient running by Brian Leonard.
Leonard 7 yards. I'll give him 6 as they spot the ball to the 6 and not the 5. Tom Crabtree and Tim Wright will check in. 2 tight ends now. Jackson wide to the left side. Brian Leonard is the lone setback. Tyquan Underwood wide to the right from the 6. Handoff, Leonard cuts it up the middle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and gets nothing. May have lost a half yard. That time not much there. Good penetration by that Miami defensive front 4 led by Randy Starks and Paul Soliai. Those are the tackles. Cameron Wake, we haven't called his name. And Olivier Vernon, we saw him get knocked down on a great block by an H-back. And it's third down and 6, about 5.5. Bucs need to get it inside the 2 for a first down. We lead 7-0. One more now. Second possession. Brian Leonard is wide to the left. Empty backfield. Now Leonard shifts to a sidecar left. Out of the shotgun, and Glennon points to the linebackers. They've got 8 at the line of scrimmage, just 3 in the secondary. Here's the snap. Here comes pressure. Picked up. Glennon throws the ball. It is a diving try and incomplete at the 2-yard line. Brian Leonard could not squeeze it. And the Buccaneers will bring in the field goal unit now with a 7-0 lead, 5:31 to go in the first quarter. Good start for the Buccaneers. If we get points here, we will have scored points on both possessions here in the first quarter.
And that was just a little option route out of the backfield, one-on-one. Glennon recognized it was man-to-man, and the ball just thrown a little bit outside the fingers of Brian Leonard. He was all by himself on the other side.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers will attempt a field goal, and Ryan Lindell will attempt a 24-yard field goal from the left hash mark. 24-yard field goal. Keenan the holder. Good snap, good kick, airborne, good. We lead 10-0. One cannon fire, please. Mr. Cannon Man. The Tampa Bay Times congratulates, there it is, the Buccaneers on another field goal. Locally owned and operated, the Tampa Bay Times has been telling amazing stories for more than 125 years. Amazing stories in the Tampa Bay Times and on TampaBay.com. Speaking of amazing stories, how about a 10-0 lead early by the Bucs? This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers get an excellent punt return on a reverse. Sky Dawson took it inside Dolphin territory. 6 plays later, the Buccaneers get a Ryan Lindell 24-yard field goal, and the Buccaneers lead the Dolphins 10-0. This kickoff is brought to you by Tires Plus. Score new tires in under 60 minutes. Mike Keenan puts total leather, comes down about 2 yards deep, and Thigpen will bring it out. Thigpen running to his left, puts on the brakes, spun around, and he's dropped short of the 10-yard line. Gang tackling guys in red and pewter. Spin around Thigpen and drop him. I've always heard the thing that if you're a kick returner, don't ever think about going east and west. You got to go north and south. It's something like bad's going to happen, and it just did. Adam Hayward making his 100th game for a Buck, and Kelsey McRae, a former Dolphin, made the tackle. It's 10-0 Bucs. Let's take a timeout. That's his 11th consecutive. 3 minutes, Bucs lead 10-0, and the Dolphins start on their own 8-yard line, deep in a hole, moving left. Dolphins in white uniforms. Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. Lamar Miller, the lone setback. Here's the push up front by the front four, and the tackle of Lamar Miller at the 12-yard line. Miller got ahead for about 4 quick yards before safety Mark Barron can make the tackle. Mark Barron playing like a first-round draft pick, our 7th pick overall last year out of Alabama, and he just gets better and better the more he gets experience in the National Football League. He may be our best tackle. He and Levante David may be our 2 best tacklers.
There's no question. Great job of getting down and stopping that from turning into a big one.
That's a gain of 4, second down, 6 from the 12, moving left. Here's the snap, and Tannehill to throw. Under pressure, gets the pass away. It is thrown low, but caught at the 14-yard line. Dug out by Brian Hartline. Hartline had a huge catch on the Dolphins' first series that would have made it about 3rd down and 1, or 2nd down and 1. Instead, a personal foul penalty on center. Mike Pouncey moved it back 15 yards, and the Dolphins could not overcome it. 3 yards on the catch by Hartline brings up 3rd down and 3. The mark to make is the Dolphin 18-yard line. 1 running back, Lamar Miller, sidecar right, 4 receiver look. Out of the shotgun, Pouncey with a delayed snap. Now Tannehill ready. Here's the snap, and Tannehill with a 4-man rush. Those upfield, it is caught. First down at the 29-yard line. Rashard Matthews, in his 2nd year out of Nevada, pressed into extended duty because of the injury to Brandon Gibson that put Brandon Gibson on the IR list. And Rashard Matthews opening some eyes down in Dolphin land. He makes a nice catch. And boy, that was a small little window that Ryan Tannehill threw it to.
And it was a man with a safety over top, and Tannehill has a tremendous release. He sits in the pocket, puts his ball on his back shoulder with Mike Adams right there with the receiver to make the play.
First down and 10. Now they got a power I formation, and a tight end shifts to the right side. Michael Agnew. Out of the I formation, handoff running to the near side. Boy, the Bucs read that run. Go after the ball carrier and drop him at the 30-yard line. Mason Foster. It's like he brought a sledgehammer to knock down Lamar Miller. Big time hit from the backside and dropped him after about a 1-yard gain, maybe less than that.
At the 30. Gerald McCoy is so quick off the football, and the last 2 plays in a row, he's beat the offensive lineman out of his stance. On this one, he was chasing from the backside to really prevent the cutback, which gave Foster the opportunity to come up and make the hit.
Good to see Deshaun Golson back in duty. He's the strong safety. 2nd down 9 from the 30, moving left. Out of the shotgun, Tannehill. Here comes pressure. Gets the pass away downfield. It is incomplete over the fingertips of the intended receiver at the Buccaneer 41-yard line. And they sent tight end Charles Clay on a go route down the far sideline. Defender in front of him between the quarterback and the ball, but just a little too much on the ball for the tight end Charles Clay to make the catch. That'll bring up 3rd down 9.
And the Bucs brought 2 linebackers with the defensive lineman, and Claiborne got there just as Tannehill let it go. And Clay had an opportunity at this ball. He had Mark Barron beat over the top and just didn't watch it all the way in.
Hart line wide to the left side. 3 receivers, including a tight end to the right of Tannehill. Lamar Miller, the lone setback. Shotgun formation. 3rd down 9. They need to make it to the 39. Dropping Tannehill. We run a stunt. Gets the pass away. It is incomplete. Through it between 2 receivers, and that was Wallace running down the far sideline and the tight end running inside, Rashad Matthews, number 18. So they had 2 receivers. Looked like Tannehill thought one was going to cut toward the bench, and he threw it between the 2 receivers, and it was well incomplete.
And they went right back to that same area because, like I mentioned, Clay had the opportunity to make the play, so they came back with a similar play to Matthews.
Brandon Fields will punt. Calling for and making the fair catch is Eric Page, and the Buccaneers will start just shy of the 20-yard line. That time from the get-go, Eric Page saying, "I want a fair catch, Mr. Ref," and he makes it at the 19-yard line, 51-yard punt by Dolphin punter Brandon Fields. He's in his 7th year out of Michigan State, averages almost 49 yards a punt. And boy, he flips that field, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does. That's a big one. And they had a very strange formation. They had 2 guys out to one sideline, a couple guys out to the other, and really only 3 guys inside with the personal protector. But they still chose to punt it because of how the Bucs lined up.
Well, it was 4th down and 9 after Tannehill was incomplete. Bucs have 6 first downs. The Dolphins have 1. And we have 2:21 left to go in the first quarter. TJ Reeves, you got some for it.
Well, interesting. You guys were making mention of Gerald McCoy getting off the ball. Just one thing that we've observed from field level the last couple of weeks, Gerald seems to be picking up on the snap count, if not a tell, as to when the center is going to snap the ball, because he is moving almost simultaneous to the snap happening. So that is film study, that is hard work, and again, he is creating quite a problem in the middle of the line right at the snap, guys.
Well, those that follow the pro game think that number 93 is one of the most disruptive defensive tackles in the National Football League. It has been. He played at a Pro Bowl level, obviously, last year, and many think he's playing at that level now. He may not have the stats to show it, though.
Well, he's a penetrator, and he disrupts blocking schemes, especially in the run game. He's just got to be able to finish some of those rushes to get those sacks. Having an outside edge rusher to force the quarterback to step up will definitely help his cause. But to TJ's point, a lot of time those defensive tackles in their film study will watch another body part. They tell you as a defensive coach to watch the football, but he might watch his knees or his ankles, because a lot of those centers, especially in the shotgun, will give away their snaps. It's more common in the punt snaps and the extra points, but centers that do shotgun, a lot of times you'll see other body parts start to move, like flexing of the knees, and that's what he gets his jump off of.
Well, Mike Glennon, 4 of 6 throwing the football, needed just 6 yards to move into 3rd place all time as a rookie quarterback for the Buccaneers. Did so early on his first pass. From the 19, play action fake sold nicely. Glennon rolling to his right, rolling. He's going to run with the ball. Glennon to the 25, and he slides right there at the 25-yard line. They'll say his shoulder came down around the 24. You know, he might have been able to run 3 or 4 more yards, but he'd have taken a shot. Wisely slides to avoid a collision with a big ornery guy wearing white and gets a gain of 5.
And watching a replay, it was a good decision. It was a play action, didn't fool the defense. They had 2 safeties down the field, and you're exactly right. If he was going to try to pick up that first down, he would have to split 2 defenders, and that's tough for a quarterback.
2nd down, 5. Now to the I formation with Eric Lorig blocking for Brian Leonard. Leonard cuts it off the left side, drags a tackler to near the first down yardage. Needed to reach the 29. See if they give him progress to the 29-yard line. Buccaneers have 6 first downs already. We're in the first quarter with 1:29 to to go, and we lead 10-0. Now they're going to say it's third down. Boy, Leonard with just exceptional effort. I thought he had the first down.
He did a good job of pushing the pile. Once he gets in there, he lowers his shoulder.
Now they are moving the chains. They are. I did not see Jeff Triplett say first down. I saw an official hold up 3 fingers. I'm confused. It's a Monday night. Huh? First down and $10. Our 7th first down of the first quarter. We move right toward McDill, the south end zone. I formation, Glennon dropping back to throw. Here comes Preston. Gets the long ball downfield toward Vincent Jackson. He goes up for the pass. There's a flag for pass interference. 2 flags are thrown. They go for the size mismatch on Brent Grimes. He goes 5'10", and a fly pattern down the near side. Vincent Jackson all the way. He's had big games against the Dolphins as a San Diego Charger.
And basically number 21 of the defense was trying, Brent Grimes was trying to push.
Pass interference, defense number 21. Vincent will be placed for the spot of the foul. First down.
Vincent Jackson, the ball was thrown a little bit inside, was trying to fight across his face, and he had an arm bar out to prevent Vincent from getting to the football, and that's what they called.
In the last 2 games against Miami as a San Diego Charger, he had 8 catches, 228 yards, and a touchdown. That's 114 yards a game against Miami. And he's got a good start here. That penalty is a 35-yarder. Line up at the 37 of the Dolphins. Running to the right is Leonard. He smashes into a bunch of guys in white helmets and digs ahead for maybe a yard. Running to the right toward the numbers and toward the Buccaneer bench. And he was dropped after a minimal gain. TJ Reeves, you got more for us.
Real quick, Gino, officially Mike James will not return with the ankle injury, so obviously that is a serious situation for the Bucs, and they'll go with Leonard and Bobby Rainey for the rest of the game.
You got Bobby Rainey on the roster, just acquired. He's off of the Chicago Bears practice squad. And then on the injury list, you got Jeff Demps. Doug Martin was placed on IR earlier this week. Now James is out. Second down, 9. Handoff running left. Brian Leonard has a nice jump cut to the 30. He's to the 25-yard line, but a flag has been thrown.
That's a holding right there.
Yeah, he found some daylight. I learned from a hip wiggle to a jump cut. You taught me well last week.
Number 79 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Well, South Carolina Gamecock, Jamon Meredith, who played very well last week at his first start, is guilty of the holding. Jamon Meredith, and I had to add these up. He is the 5th starting left guard this season. You usually don't see that many guys play that same position. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. 10-0. Good start for the Bucs on Monday night. On this Veterans Day Monday night as we salute the armed forces of the United States of America. 10-zip Bucs after 1 quarter. Let's take a timeout.
The McDonald's NFL scoreboard. Score with McDonald's delicious McRib sandwich. I'm loving it.
Well, when it's Monday night, there's only one game going on, and that's this one. The Bucs lead Miami after a quarter, 10-0. We get ready to start the second quarter of play. Let's get you back to Raymond James Stadium and Gene Deckerhoff.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. You're right. There's just one game in town. It's right here at Raymond James Stadium, a national spotlight watching the Buccaneers lead the Dolphins 10-0. And by the way, during the quarter break, John Gruden held up his number 99 Buccaneer jersey in honor of Warren Sapp. John working the game with Mike Tirico for the ESPN Monday Night crew. Buccaneers reverse field. Now we move left and face second down and 9. And Bobby Rainey is the eye back for the Buccaneers. Play action fake sold by Glennon. Throws the long pass downfield. Back shoulder throw. It is incomplete. He led Sky Dawson by about 3 steps. Dawson wanted a flag, but that's just good defense by the Dolphins on that far sideline. Bucs will face third down and 20. Remember, or third down and 19. Remember the holding penalty on Jamon Meredith out of South Carolina. Bucs need to get it somewhere near the 33-34 yard line to make it a possible field goal for Ryan Lindell. He has kicked a 50-yarder against Arizona. It would be about a 49 to 50-yard field goal from that spot. But the Bucs need to get some yardage here. From the 45-yard line, Glennon looking, firing a pass over the middle. It's intercepted. No, it's ruled incomplete. A one-hopper at the 23-yard line. When Mike Glennon a little careless with the ball, threw it a little too high, and Chris Clemens, the safety, was in the neighborhood. He one-hopped it, and Vincent Jackson, apparently the intended receiver, a little too tall, prevents it. At 6'5", you got to throw it really tall to miss him, number 83. And Glennon has not thrown a pick now in the last 4 games, and boy, that was close. Bucs will punt for the first time of the game. Marcus Thigpen awaits at the 10-yard line. Mike Keenan will punt. He stands at the Buccaneer 46. End-over-end kick, trying to pin him in a hole, and Thigpen will get underneath it, let it bounce at the 10. It bounces to the 1. It's kept in bounds at the 1-yard line. Great job by Bucs special teams, and boy, a Michelangelo punt by the kid wearing number 9, Mike Keenan. Great job.
Michael Adams, good job. He's the gunner on the outside, goes and puts his back to the goal line. Ball looks like it's going to go in there. He's able to step in front and knock it laterally to keep it in the field of play.
How about Michael? You can't draw it up any better than he punted that end-over-end Australian-type punt. It hit inside the 10 around the 8, took a funny bounce, and there was Mike Adams to keep it out of the end zone.
That's good special teams play.
Miami Dolphins have it for the 3rd time, but boy, they're in no man's land at the Dolphin 1-yard line. And Tannehill will line up with his cleats on the chalk of the goal line. I formation with Daniel Thomas in the backfield. Got an H-back in front. They'll hand the ball off to that H-back, and there's very little running over him at all. I don't think there's a positive gain at all. And Gerald McCoy gums up the works, closes the door, and the Dolphins can't get anything. You have Thigpen Thomas behind Miller, and they had Charles Clay in there as an H-back. He is the tight end, but he's the lines up as a fullback, and they get nothing. In fact, they lose about a half yard, and now Tannehill will be in his own end zone.
Gerald McCoy, just great penetration, beats guard number 75 Garner to make the play right there.
Here's the snap into the backfield. It's going to be a safety. Lavonte David sacks the running back and records the safety, and the Bucs are up 12-0. Why would you toss the ball back to a running back 7 yards deep in your own end zone? That's what the Dolphins did. Mike Sherman's on the hot seat. Fire 2 cannons. We get 2 on the safety.
And they're trying to go off tackle to the left. It's a little bit of a stretch because of all the guys on the inside, and Lavonte David downhill immediately. No offensive lineman comes off on him, runs right into the backfield, makes a tackle in the end zone.
Safety on the tackle by Lavonte David, our leading tackler. And boy, what else is Lavonte going to do in his second year as a Buccaneer linebacker? Already has 5 sacks. Our leader in tackles with 55. Now he records a safety. And 2 points for the Bucs, and we'll get the free kick, and we lead 12-0.
Yeah, that's just up front for the Miami Dolphins. You can't let a linebacker come right through the line of scrimmage. The left guard, Garner, the guy that's replacing Incognito, goes out to help on the defensive lineman. McCoy, who beat him on the play before, did not see the linebacker. He's responsible for coming off. Did not let Lavonte David right through to make the play.
And you mentioned it just the play before. Disruptive number 93. They had to have somebody to help to keep him off the quarterback, and in so doing, that opened up a line for David just to slam through. He tackled Daniel Thomas 5 yards deep in the end zone.
You're exactly right. It wasn't even close.
Buccaneers lead 12-0. This kickoff brought to you by Tires Plus. A free kick now from Brandon Field. Score new tires in under 60 minutes. It's a short kick fielded, lined up back at the 30-yard line to the 40-yard line. Outside the numbers near the 44 goes Bobby Rainey. Or Bobby Rainey, a brand new Buccaneer out of Western Kentucky, but we got him off of the Chicago Bears practice squad. Tip your hat to Mark Dominic. We need running backs right now. We have lost Mike James for the rest of this game. Injured his leg, his left leg. The extent of the injury we don't know. We do know he will not return. That happened with 9:54 to go in the first. He had already started replicating what he did in Seattle with a couple of good gashing runs. He's gone. Brian Leonard now, followed by Bobby Rainey. Those are your running backs. Brian Leonard will be in there now after the return by Rainey, and the Buccaneers are going to start. 13:46 to go. In the second quarter, Buccaneers have it for the 4th time and start at the Tampa Bay 42-yard line, moving left. Play action fake by Glennon. Glennon looks downfield, dumps it off underneath, caught by Leonard. Leonard makes the guy miss he spins to the 44-yard line. Punch that video game spinner. Spin your running back around and get 5 or 6 more yards. That's a great run after the catch by number 30, Brian Leonard. He's a Rutgers guy.
That's exactly what it looked like, too. He's just a little bit of play action. He's the tailback. Comes through the line of scrimmage, comes out to the weak side. Glennon feels a little bit pressure, drops it down, and Brian Leonard, a great spin move, was able to pick up the first down.
That wasn't one of those jump cut things. That was just a spinner.
No, that was a video game spin.
First down from the 44. Handoff Leonard running this time to the right. Boy, he's nailed. Two Dolphins read that B gap and just shut the door. And that was a collision. Paul Solei just absolutely stopped that run in its tracks. No gain by Brian Leonard. In fact, he may have lost a half yard. In fact, they move it back to the 45, a loss of 1 yard. Second down, 11.
Solei, just a big physical presence in the middle of that defense, and they were trying to fake the reverse to get the linebackers to widen, but Solei was sitting right there waiting for Brian Leonard.
Bucs move to the left toward the north end zone now. The pirate ship end zone here at Raymond James Stadium. In motion, Tyquan Underwood to the right. Second down, 11. They send a safety blitz. Brian Leonard breaks through to the right side, and he squirms up to around the 42-yard line. Buccaneers moving left will face third down and about 7. See where they spot the ball. Maybe third down and 8.
Now, for the momentum of the game, this is really a big third down. Bucs able to get the safety, got the defense off the field. They got the ball in good field position. This is a big third down. You convert this, you give yourself the opportunity for some points.
It's been a couple of years since the Bucs recorded a safety. Back in 2011, we had a safety against Chicago when Matt Forte was tackled in the end zone. Buccaneers face third down and 9, a short 9. And we have two tight ends, two receivers, dropping Glennon empty backfield, throws a pass near side, caught by Tyquan. First down to the 30, inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Third down conversion by Mike Glennon. Boy, he read the field. You know, he's a tall quarterback. He sees the whole field, and he waited till Tyquan separated. He was wide open.
That was a nice design. It was a bunch formation to the left side, and Vincent Jackson went vertical, and it gave Tyquan Underwood the opportunity to push up behind him and then break out. Kind of got lost in coverage. Was able to clear on the outside, and Glennon saw him.
Third down and 9, and Underwood makes the catch for 17. First down 10 at the 26. Bobby Rainey in a tailback. Gets the call, cuts it back to the left, and digs as low as he can get, and is dropped around the 24-yard line, a gain of 2. Bobby Rainey, you haven't heard a whole lot about Bobby Rainey. Played at a small school, Western Kentucky, and was a college free agent by the Baltimore Ravens. They liked him, was waived in one of those final cut-down days 2 years of last year. And then Bobby Rainey was on the Chicago practice squad when the Bucs said we may need some running back depth, and they bring him in a week ago prior to putting Doug Martin on injured reserve. Second down 8 from the 24. Rainey runs again, cuts it back to the left, finds a little crease. He's going to get maybe 2 more yards, and that'll bring up third down and 6. Buccaneers need to reach the Miami Dolphin 16-yard line moving left. Bucs have a touchdown, a field goal, and a safety. How unusual is that? And speaking of unusual, the touchdown is a Mike Glennon to Donald Penn 1-yard touchdown. Don't drive off Dale Mabry. That's Donald Penn, the starting left tackle. He was eligible. Look out for the traffic. Third down 6. Bucs need to reach the 16 from the 22. Jackson to the near side in the slot. And Tim Wright, a slot receiver in motion across the formation, now comes back. Shotgun set, Glennon. Empty backfield, looking, Glennon looking, throwing. It is caught by Vincent Jackson at the 20. Spins to the 17-yard line. Missed the first down by a yard. Got up and bounced and would have reached it, but the official said, no, your knee's down, 83. And the Bucs will more than likely send in Ryan Lindell for a field goal, although that decision has not been made. Now, Dave Wanstead, special teams coach, shouts out, get in there, special teams, field goal unit. And Ryan Lindell is going to try to add 3 more to our 12-0 lead. 7-0 on the Donald Penn catch. And by the way, for Mike Glennon, that touchdown throw was his 7th. He's getting closer and closer to a rookie record. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception the last 4 games. It's his 8th touchdown. 10 is the rookie record set by Josh Freeman. This field goal attempt from the 25, a 35-yard field goal. It's long enough, it's good, just inside the right upright. And that is 12 consecutive field goals. I hear the cannon by Ryan Lindell. Buccaneers lead 15-0. The Tampa Bay Times congratulates the Buccaneers on another field goal. Locally owned and operated, the Tampa Bay Times have been telling amazing stories for more than 125 years. Amazing stories in the Tampa Bay Times and on TampaBay.com. Buccaneers 15, Dolphins nothing. Let's take a timeout. Geico has proudly supported the military for over 75 years. See how much Geico's military discounts could save you. Go to geico.com, call 1-800-MILITARY. That's 1-800-MILITARY, or contact your local Geico agent today. Happy Veterans Day, everyone. Boy, Monday Night Football game at Raymond James Stadium. What a way to cap a Veterans Day weekend. Parades all over the country. So they had a big one in Tallahassee and parades here in the Bay Area as well, saluting veterans. Warren Sapp posing with some veterans of many wars. In fact, there were some folks down there who looked to be as old as my dad who passed last year. Those are World War II veterans, Korean veterans. Here's Total Leather. Kick is underway, and it's brought to you by Tires Plus. Score new tires in under 60 minutes. And the kick will be down to the end zone by Thigpen for the touchback, and the Dolphins are going to start again. Drive start position for the Dolphins. How about this? Their own 20, their own 8, their own 19, and their own 2. And that last possession resulted in a safety by the Buccaneers, and that safety earned us 5 points. A safety for 2, a field goal for 3. There's an official's timeout. Bucs lead 15-0. 9:01 to go in the half. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Your tailgate party to the next level with a large pizza with up to 5 toppings for just $9.99. Ask for the Game Changer deal only at Domino's Pizza. An official pizza of the Bucs. Order online at Domino's.com. Ask for code 5066. Limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Dolphin football from their 20, moving right. Play action fake sold by Tannehill. Rushing. Throws the ball down. Big on the receiver. Wide open. It's caught out of bounds. My goodness, the ball sailed to Mike Wallace, who had beaten everybody deep. And Tannehill, under a little bit of duress, rolling to his right, maybe just couldn't set and throw the ball like he wanted to.
I think it's more Wallace losing track of where he is. He has the opportunity to keep his feet in bounds, but it was a double move on the outside, one-on-one with Darrelle Revis, and Darrelle goes for the comeback fake before Wallace takes off. Really wide open, easy touchdown if Tannehill's able to keep it in bounds. Well,
Mark Barron saw it. He started running as fast as he could, but no way he was going to catch the speedy Mike Wallace. We get a break. 2nd down, 10, moving right. Empty backfield. Tannehill takes the snap and looks to his left, fires to his left. It is caught at the 26-yard line. Bucs have good gang tackling over there as Levante David got over along with cornerback Jonathan Banks and made the tackles. Charles Clay, big target, a tight end at 6'3", 239. One of the main targets for Ryan Tannehill. That is his first catch tonight, but he had 32 coming into the game. Career numbers for tight end Charles Clay out of Tulsa. 3rd down and 3. Dolphins have had trouble converting 3rd downs tonight. Coming into the game, the Dolphins were successful just 37% of the time. Here's the snap out of the gun. Pressure coming. Gets the pass away. It is caught first down at the 38-yard line. Buccaneers got to Tannehill, but a little too late, and Tannehill threw a strike to Rashad Matthews, his 2nd catch of the game, and Matthews is coming on strong for the Dolphins. We got a paw in the air, could not knock the pass down. And Mark Barron was blitzing, a safety blitz, got to Tannehill, but just a little too late, a gain of 12 yards on 3rd down.
And McCoy right there to make the hit on Tannehill as he let it go. Nice pause. Or poised by Tannehill to hang in there.
He's a tough
Matthews to be open.
Tough kid from Texas A&M. The predecessor to Johnny Football. They try to run the ball to the left, and the Buccaneers are really stuffing the run tonight. Buccaneers came into the game allowing just 107.5 yards a game, rushing 13th best in the league, but it seems like we're playing at a much better level tonight than we have all season long against the run.
Yeah, the intensity is there. You need that sense of urgency to get after that run game, and the linebackers tonight are such a big part of that. They're reading so well and having a jump when they have the opportunity to make tackles.
Well, the Dolphins get nothing on the carry. Now Daniel Thomas has come wide on the slot. You got an empty backfield for Tannehill. He seems comfortable with that empty backfield. Now Thomas goes back into the backfield. Dropping. Here comes Tannehill's back. It is caught a tackle in the backfield at the 32-yard line. Mike Wallace made the catch, and Darrelle Revis makes the tackle. He anticipated a bubble screen, fought through the blocker, and nailed the receiver for a huge loss.
Yeah, that's just great recognition by Revis. He sees what's setting up in front of him, and as soon as Wallace put his foot in the ground and started backing up, Revis was able to beat the lead blocker, tight end Clay, that was coming out to get him, to make the tackle right as Wallace caught the ball.
Loss of 5 brings up 3rd down, 15. The mark to make for the Dolphins, the Miami 49. Empty backfield, Tannehill, we rush 4. Pass underneath, it is caught. Spun around is Wallace at the 35. He got maybe 2 yards or maybe 3, and Mark Barron read that play all the way. They're just trying to get it to a playmaker with speed underneath the Buccaneers' zone defense, and Mark Barron wasn't having anything to do with it. He stops him, a 3-yard gain. They needed 15, and they will punt the ball. The Dolphins trail 15-0.
It's a good job. They 3 receivers to the right side, and the inside guys go vertical. The outside guy comes underneath. Mark Barron recognized the route combination, was able to get a jump.
Brandon Fields will punt again. He stands at the Dolphin 22. Eric Page awaits. He gets the kick away, run into by a blocker, no flag thrown. Little extracurricular stuff going on. Be careful down there, Dakota Watson. Here's the kick. Return by Eric Page. Page to the 30. Breaks free to the 40. Page to the 45. Page to the 50. Page to the 40. He's knocked out of bounds at the Dolphin 38-yard line. What a return by Eric Page, and I go back to Dakota Watson, who shoved a blocker back into the kicker and then stared him down and kept on blocking him. And why? Because Eric Page had a chance to return it for a touchdown.
And unfortunately, Dakota Watson, tremendous block, tremendous job knocking him down, but his guy actually made the play, and he's real mad at himself right now.
That was the guy who was given the business to. 5:22 to go in the second quarter. Bucs lead 15-0. Have great field position. Let's take a timeout. Last year, the Buccaneers led the National Football League in tackles for loss. Didn't have a whole lot to show for it, but by golly, we led the league in that category. We already have 4 tackles for loss to this point in the ballgame. Played a big part in the Buccaneers building a 15-0 lead with 5:22 to go at halftime. We salute the one and only Warren Sapp and enshrine him into the Buccaneer Ring of Honor. Stay tuned for that. Buccaneers have the ball for the 5th time, and we lead 15-0 and have great drive start position at the Dolphin 40-yard line. 52-yard punt return by Eric Page. The longest of his career, the longest of the year by the Bucs, and the longest surrendered by the Dolphins. The previous long punt return by Miami allowed was 31 yards. First down, Bucs moving left. Brian Leonard at running back. Play action fake sold by Lennon. He will be sacked in the backfield. Nobody picked up a blitzing corner. Nolan Carroll, a corner, came in untouched and drilled Mike Glennon. I'm glad that wasn't a bigger guy. We saw that a week ago when a linebacker just absolutely sawed Glennon in 2. Looked like Carroll may have grabbed him by the face mask, but no flag thrown. Second down and 20.
This was a corner blitz from the weak side, and the play action, both backs went to the right. There was nobody to pick up Carroll on the weak side, number 28. He had a free shot, and it's a good job of Glennon hanging on to that football, because that's when you see those sack fumbles from his blind side.
Second down, 20 from the 50-yard line now. Moving left. Handoff, Leonard running left. Finds daylight, breaks a tackle, and is dragged down from the back at the 45-yard line. A quick hitter gets 5. Bucs face third down, 15. The mark to make is the 30-yard line. On third down and long now, Mike Glennon tonight so far has looked for number 11 or number 83. And the last time we needed 9, he got 17 to Tyquan Underwood. See if he looks for one of those two now. And they both deploy to the right side. You know who's been quiet tonight? Tim Wright. Tim Wright, a rookie college free agent out of Rutgers, has had a couple of touchdowns in a row, and he is to the near. Dropping back to throw is Glennon on third down and long. Glennon press, gets the paddle. It is batted in the air and incomplete. Intended receiver Tyquan Underwood around the 20 or the 34-yard line would have not had enough of a gain for a first down, but would have gotten us perhaps into field goal range. Instead, Mike Keenan will have to punt. He's punted once before tonight, and this is his second. Boy, that first punt, if he could replicate that with 4:02 to go, he nailed it at the 1-yard line. Yeah, had he made the kid, Underwood made that catch, it would have been about a 51, 52-yard field goal. But here on the incomplete pass for the 45-yard line, Keenan stands at the Buccaneer 41 to punt. Toward the north, he's going to aim this thing toward the pirate ship. Dolphins may come after, they do, and he kicks it up in the air again. Another end-over-end kick. Thigpen is going to wave for a fair catch, and he'll make it this time at the 9-yard line. So again, the Dolphins start with horrible field position. Buccaneers 15, Dolphins nothing, 3:54 to go in the first half on this Monday, Veterans Day. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Well, the Miami Dolphins have had horrible field position throughout this first half. They'll start again deep in their own territory, their own 9, close to the 10-yard line. And as a result, the Buccaneer defense has just absolutely stopped their run. 6 carries, 2 yards, and 1 run attempt resulted in a safety. Dolphins start at their own 10-yard line. Call it, not the 9. Tannehill will keep a sidecar right, and that's Lamar Miller. He's been quiet so far. Out of the shotgun formation of the snap, they move right. Here's the pass from Tannehill. Got the pass away, caught on the 25-yard. Tackle made short of the 20-yard line. Rashad Matthews makes his third catch of the game, and each one of his catches have resulted in good gains. That, a gain of 7 yards, brings up second down and 3. 3:38 to go. We are in the second quarter, and nearing halftime where the enshrinement of Warren Sapp into the Buccaneer Ring of Honor will take place. Warren and his family and his teammates, 21 teammates off the 2002 Super Bowl championship team here, reunited with their favorite number 99. Lamar Miller to the right in the slot, empty backfield for Tannehill. Here's the snap on second down. Got a quick precision pass, dart-like pass connects, and he's got a first down at the 27-yard line. He hits Rashad Matthews again. They list Rashad Matthews at 6 foot 217 in his second year out of Nevada, but he looks bigger than that from here.
He does. He looks comfortable in space. He catches the ball well out in front of him with his hands, and it looks like Tannehill, they're going to that spread formation, trying to loosen up this Bucs defense a little bit. They've continued to have 8 guys in the box trying to shut down that run. Now they're spreading it out.
Tannehill quickly throws the ball downfield. It is caught almost picked off, but it's over the fingertips of a Buccaneer defender. Leonard Johnson I thought he got a fingertip on it. It is caught at the 40-yard line, and now here comes a flag late. Somebody lost a helmet as well. Rashad Matthews picks up some headgear.
It's going to be on Golson.
That pass is good for 12 yards. The flag thrown after the contact. Deshaun Golston was in on the tackle or somewhere in the vicinity.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 38. Headbutt. 15 yards, added the end of the play, first down.
Headbutt. And I've heard that one called too often. But personal foul, you can see after the play, Matthews gets up with no helmet on. He got his helmet knocked off, and Golson got in his face and hit him with his face mask, so they threw the flag on him. But listen, the Bucs offensively, the only drive they were stopped other than the last one that they gave up a sack was because they had a penalty. Now, you can't give Miami any momentum before the half. Don't give up a 15-yarder. Get up and walk away.
Did that a week ago in Seattle, didn't we? First down, 10 of the Buccaneer 45-yard line. Dolphins in Buck territory for the first time. Dollar play handoff to Lamar Miller, and he's stopped for a loss. That will be the 6th thrown for loss tackle in the game. Levante David and Adrian Claiborne meet at the running back wearing number 26. Lamar Miller in his second year out of Miami, a 4th-round pick. Grew up in Haines City, not far from the Bay Area. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. 15-0 so far, so good. Bucs have scored on a touchdown pass from Glennon, 2 field goals, and a safety. And the 2-minute warning is brought to you by Buddy's Home Furnishings, where you are pre-approved to receive up to $2,500 in name brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and more. Buddy's makes ownership easy and affordable with weekly or monthly lease ownership programs. At the 2-minute warning, Bucs 15, Dolphins zip. Let's take a timeout. Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have dominated the Miami Dolphins run game. 7 carries, 0 yards. And you got 2 minutes. Figure the 2-minute drills going on. Ronde Barber just introduced John Lynch among the 2002 teammates of Warren Sapp that are all in their jerseys. What great seeing the guys tonight. Had a reception, Dave, and this Buccaneer Super Bowl team proud of Warren Sapp going 1 into the Pro Football Hall of Fame and 2 being enshrined in the Ring of Honor here at Raymond James Stadium. Now, his name is covered up right now, but when the ceremony takes place in about 3-4 minutes, 2 minutes of clock time and add a few minutes for the break, the ceremony at halftime, they'll take that banner off and you'll see Sapp, 99 Sapp up there, and that'll be there forever. Quite an honor. Out of the 2-minute, I waited till you tried to drink a cup of coffee before I asked you that question. It is second down at 12. Moving right, Tannehill. Under some, he gets the pass away. It is caught. Great catch at the 30-yard line. Falling forward to the 28 is Brian Hartline, former Ohio State Buckeye, coming off a 114-yard game at Cleveland, the first game of the season. And boy, he made a snag that time. Good for 19 yards. It is first down at the Buccaneer 28 now. Empty backfield for Ryan Tannehill. The snap. We try to get pressure against the pass away. Dumps it underneath. Is caught by Rashad Matthews, and he's dropped at the 24-yard line.
That's a good job trying to keep the receivers in front of the DBs. Michael Adams does a good job of coming up and making a tackle. And the key when you play soft like that is you have to be able to tackle in space. And so far, Bucs have been able to do that.
It is second down and 6. Shotgun formation moving right. Ryan Tannehill Awaits the snap from Pouncey. There it is on second down. Here comes he gets the pass away. A nice catch. It's made again by Rashad Matthews. This guy just doesn't drop him. In his second year out in Nevada. 3 years ago, he was at the same alma mater that produced Colin Kaepernick, and they run that pistol formation, a lot of spread option offense, and this guy knows how to catch the football.
And Tannehill in preseason, we saw a lot of what we're seeing now. They did a lot of spread. They did a lot of little combination routes on the outside to get the ball out of his hand on time. And right now he's executing it pretty well.
Yeah, Rashad Matthews had 10 catches coming into the game. He's got nearly a half a dozen already, and we have 1 minute left here in the first half. Buccaneers 15, Dolphins nothing. But the Dolphins on the move. They spin a timeout. They've got 2 left, so do the Bucs from the 14-yard line. First down and 10. Heading toward the south end zone. Out of the shotgun with a blocker, dropping back. Tannehill throws a pass. It is caught at the 6-yard line. It's Michael Agnew. Agnew wears number 84. He's out of Missouri. In his second year in Agnew, hangs onto that ball. These Dolphin receivers don't drop the football. It is second down and 3. A lot of options now. 40 seconds remain in the first half. Tannehill has Lamar Miller to his right. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to either side, including a tight end of the slot. Here's Tannehill looking, firing over the middle. It's caught. Easy touchdown. Dolphins on the board for the first time. Rashad Matthews has his second career catch, his first of this season.
It looked like there was a little bit of confusion in coverage. There was a safety who was standing there and a man guy on the outside, and he didn't get any depth or fall back inside, leaving a wide open middle of the field. Looked like it might have been Golson that got beat behind him.
28 seconds remain, second quarter. Now remember, a week ago in Seattle, we dominated the second quarter until the closing drive engineered by Russell Wilson. And then the Seahawks came out like a house on fire and took us into overtime and won on their home field. Hopefully that does not give the Tannehill-led Dolphins any momentum. But right now they scratch into our 15-0 lead. It's 15-7. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. 3 minutes and 26 seconds. The Dolphins go 90 yards, and it's Tannehill primarily to wide receiver Rashad Matthews, who made nearly a handful of catches on that drive, including the touchdown grab with 28 seconds remaining in the half. 15-7.
Well, you can see what Miami did on that drive. Previous drives, they lined up in a traditional pro set with 1-2 backs in the backfield, tight end tight to the line of scrimmage. This drive, we saw them spread out. Empty backfield, 1 back, really putting the pressure on the Bucs defensive backs, and it definitely paid off for them.
Kickoff to Sky Dawson. He'll take a knee and will accept the touchback. 28 seconds remain. Bucs have 2 timeouts. See how Coach Greg Schiano wants to play this thing out. You lead 15-7. You do not want to make a mistake of any kind and give the Dolphins a chance to score again. They have likewise 2 timeouts remaining. Rashad Matthews has caught more passes tonight almost than he had the entire season. He had 10 catches, 117 yards. And on that drive alone, he had 4, including the touchdown maker. And the Dolphins trail 15-7 now, 28 seconds. Bucs go into that victory kneel down, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. Let's go down to 15-7 at half. TJ Reeves, here you go.
Thank you, Gene, and head coach Greg Schiano with us. Coach, you built the 15-0 lead. What did you like in that first half?
Well, I think, it's a shame we lost Mike James, but Brian Leonard stepped up. He's doing a good job. Mike's taking care of the football. Defense is playing well until that last drive. We got beat one-on-one about 3 or 4 different times, so we're going to have to play better man coverage and continue to put pressure on the quarterback.
And in the second half here, what will be the message of this team trying to close this out?
There's no closing out. You got to play football. That's what you got to do, play football.
Coach, thank you. At halftime, Buccaneers 15, Dolphins 7. Let's take a timeout.
This is the Clearwater Toyota Halftime Show. Clearwater Toyota, the clear choice on US 19 in Clearwater, and always online at clearwatertoyota.com. Get a great deal with true price. Here again is your game day host, Ronnie Lane.
We are at halftime at Raymond James Stadium on a very special night. Let's get a quick scoreboard in.
The McDonald's NFL scoreboard. Score with McDonald's delicious McRib sandwich. I'm loving it.
Buccaneers lead the Dolphins 15-7 at halftime. Let's go to TJ Reeves for some special ceremonies. TJ?
And we're back here at Raymond James Stadium and about to honor number 99 here for the Ring of Honor. Warren going into the Hall of Fame, and Steve Perry from the Hall of Fame is going to present him with his Hall of Fame ring, and then 99 will have the mic. Here's Steve Perry.
In Canton, Ohio, as part of the class of 2013. There are three things that symbolize the elite and exclusive status of being a member of the Hall of Fame. The first is the Hall of Fame gold jacket that Warren is wearing. The second is this bronze bust that will be put on permanent display at the Hall of Fame for all the world to see. And the third is this Hall of Fame ring being presented tonight. So Warren, on behalf of your fans here in Tampa, on behalf of the Glazer family and your teammates, I'm honored to present this ring to one of the greatest linemen of all time, Warren Sapp.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. It is truly a pleasure to be here tonight on the grand stage of Monday Night Football as we honor Warren Sapp, one of the greatest defensive linemen in NFL history. In addition to receiving his Hall of Fame ring tonight, Warren is also being presented with two of the highest honors a team can bestow upon a player. Warren made an indelible impact on the Buccaneer organization, and tonight we retire his iconic number 99 and welcome him as the newest member of our prestigious Ring of Honor. He was drafted in 1995, just a few short months after the Glazer family's purchase of our team. At that time, he was viewed as a young player with the potential to be a great one. By the end of his brilliant career, some 13 years later, number 99 had carved out a Hall of Fame legacy as one of the greatest players of all time. Warren's list of career accolades is as long as it is impressive. 7 Pro Bowl selections, 4 first-team All-Pro nominations, NFL Defensive Player of the Year honors, and 2 NFL All-Decade Team selections. Warren was a fierce competitor who viewed every game day as an opportunity to wreak havoc in the opposing team's backfield and impose his will on enemy quarterbacks. He played with a hunger to be great, and his larger-than-life personality simply added to his legacy as a champion. Warren, we are thrilled to declare that the number you made famous right here in this stadium shall never again be worn by a Buccaneer player. Number 99 is now just the second number retired in team history, along with the iconic number 63 of original Buccaneer Hall of Famer Leroy Selmon. Tonight, Warren, you are also joining another select group of legendary Buccaneers in the Ring of Honor. That includes Leroy, John McKay, Jimmy Giles, and Paul Gruber. We thank you for all the memorable moments that you have provided the fans of Tampa Bay. We are proud to honor you tonight for your extraordinary career as a legendary Buccaneer. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the east side of the stadium as we unveil the newest member of the Buccaneers Ring of Honor, number 99, Warren Sapp.
Before I start tonight, I'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to the thousands of veterans and service women and men around the country that stand the post, that make sure we never fear anything that goes bumping tonight. Thank you. Happy Veterans Day. To the Pro Football Hall of Fame, President Steve Perry, thank you. Joe Horgan, the historian, thanks for bringing the ring. To Malcolm Glaze, along with the co-chairman, Brian, Joe Graves, Darcy, Avi, all the Glazer fans, for making me your first pick and making me feel at home right here in Tampa. And to my teammates and my coach, especially John Gruden and Tony Dungy. I join our legendary coach, John McKay, the greatest of all Bucs, Leroy Sapp, and you have his family here tonight. Thank you. Jimmy Giles, one of the greatest tight ends ever. I had a pleasure of watching in a 79 divisional playoff game against the Eagles. You're a bad boy. Paul Gruber, a teammate and a friend for life. You were the only man that made the defensive end right here knew he was going to have a hell of a time when he came to town. Thank you, Paul. You gave us respectability when nothing else was here. And last but definitely not least, I want to thank the fans of Tampa. My bus may sit comfortably in Canton, Ohio, but my heart and soul is here in Tampa Bay. Thank you.
The Clearwater Toyota halftime show will continue after this timeout.
The Clearwater Toyota halftime show continues. How do the Bucs stack up? Here's the Xbox One halftime stats. Xbox One, the official gaming console of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, coming to stores November 22nd.
The Bucs have outgained the Dolphins 161-121. All of the Dolphins' yards came through the air. Here are the passing stats. Ryan Tannehill 15 for 19, 121 yards, a touchdown. Mike Glennon 7 for 12, 90 yards, and a touchdown. The score at halftime, Tampa Bay 15, Miami 7. The Clearwater Toyota halftime show will continue after this timeout.
He's in the parking lot. He's at the stadium entrance. He's pulling out his resale ticket. Oh, my chicken pie. Will he go all the way?
Save the suspense for the game, not the gate. You're getting in with NFL Ticket Exchange, the official resale marketplace of the NFL. The only site where 100% of the tickets are verified by Ticketmaster. Don't settle for sold out. Get the seat you want. Buy securely from season ticket holders and other fans. Buy and sell worry-free at NFL.com/ticket exchange.
The Clearwater Toyota halftime show has been brought to you by your home for true price. Clearwater Toyota, the clear choice on US 19 in Clearwater and always online at clearwatertoyota.com.
Well, how do you pull a surprise on an opposing defense? Well, you throw to a guy that's only caught 10 passes in the entire season in 8 ball games. Rashad Matthews had 10 catches, and tonight in the first half, 8 catches, 77 yards, including the touchdown pass just before halftime. And Dave, you've seen this before in the football game. You defer to the second half. You want the ball first, and you score just before halftime. You got a little momentum going.
There's no question about it, and it's going to be tough because you got to imagine Miami's coming right back to that spread offense and take advantage of these one-on-one matchups they're getting with Matthews because Revis has been following Wallace around all day.
The second half kickoff is brought to you by Tires Plus. Kick off your drive with Tires Plus Total Car Care. Here's the kickoff. And Thigpen awaits about 7 yards deep, and he's going to bring it out. He comes out to the 10. He spins around, and he's dropped short of the 15-yard line. I don't think that was a good decision by Thigpen. Marcus Thigpen is just decleated and flattened by Adam Hayward. Hayward, over his career with the Buccaneers, one of our top special teams players. And, boy, he really lowers the boom when he hits you, doesn't he? Well, a 9-play scoring drive Well, they went 90 yards in a little less than 3.5 minutes at the end of the first half, and the Dolphins are on the scoreboard. 15-7 is the score, and the Dolphins are going to start at the Dolphin 13-yard line again, deep in their own territory. Moving right, one offset I formation with Lamar Miller, the setback. And Tannehill with a long count. The snap, dropping back to throw, gets the pass away, and it is dropped by Mike Wallace at the 25-yard line. They spent a lot of money to bring the speedy former Pittsburgh Steeler into camp in the offseason, and I have seen him drop 2 tonight. That's good.
And this is a little play action. They went with 2 backs, and this one's just 10 yards, hook on the outside, and Tannehill gets it there, takes a big hit on the delivery, but Wallace has got to hang on to that.
We get to him a little bit late again. We have not sacked him. He's the most sacked quarterback of the National Football League. Second down from the 13. He'll try to get the ground game going. Lamar Miller will be drilled and dropped as he got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. Levante David with another tackle. Levante David credited with 5 tackles in the first half. I thought he had more. That'll be 6. He and Deshaun Golston had the same number of tackles. Golston had 5 and David had 5. Michael Adams had 4 and Jonathan Banks had 3. It's 3rd down and 9. Are you surprised they're not going empty backfield?
I am.
3rd down and 9 Dolphins. They need to reach the 23-yard line from the 14. Shotgun formation. Bucs with a 3-man front. And a timeout invested by Tampa Bay.
Timeout. Tampa Bay, their first. 30-second timeout.
Coach Greg Schiano walks out to near the numbers. His defensive team comes over to the side, and they'll talk over what they want to do. Tannehill has really hurt us out of the spread formation and empty backfield, yet we've yet to see that deep in their own territory. Perhaps that's the reason why they're not doing that.
You have to
keep
imagine.
A blocker back there.
Because they had to recognize they weren't in a hurry-up situation when they went to it in the first half. They just decided to spread out the Bucs defense. Bucs were trying to get 8 guys in a box. They were doing an effective job so far. The Miami Dolphins have 0 yards rushing. So they decided to spread it out. They were able to pick up a lot of yards through the air. They're at 121 after the first half. So it's showing you that if they stay with that, they're going to have some success.
Well, the Buccaneers need to stop Ryan Tannehill on 3rd down and 9. Out of the shotgun, now sidecar left, Lamar Miller. Tannehill waits the snap from Pouncey. There it is. We have a 3-man rush. Can't get to him. His pass is caught underneath the 25 to the 27. First down, Dolphins. Rashad Matthews has another catch. Well, Rashad Matthews had 8 catches in the first half for 77 yards. He's got 9 catches now with 14 more yards. He's at 91 yards, working on a career 100-yard receiving game, and we're early in the 3rd quarter. Got to figure out how to stop that guy.
Right, and on that one, they went 3 wide receivers to the right side, and the same as we saw in the first half. 3 guys push vertically, and 1 guy stops.
That 3-man front's not getting to Tannehill, and he has enough time on a short drop to find Rashad Matthews. Time and time again. First down from the 28-yard line. Here comes pressure. The pass downfield. It is overthrown. Intended for a tight end looping down the near sideline, and Michael Agnew had no idea where that ball was. But here again, they don't have success on 1st or 2nd. It's 3rd down that's killing the Buccaneers, particularly on that last drive that ended the half on a touchdown throw from Tannehill to Rashad Matthews. The Dolphins just 2 of 5 on 3rd down, 40% in the first half. 2nd down, 10 from the 28, moving right toward the south end zone. They'll try to run a play action fake sold by Tannehill. Under pressure, gets the pass away, caught at the 42-yard line. Down on a knee was Brian Hartline, and he caught the ball about belt buckle high, which was very low to begin with. And that's a huge catch, another 14-yard pickup. And Tannehill starts to heat up now. It began with that 3.5-minute drive just before halftime when he got hotter than the match, and now he's still hot.
Good job by Tannehill stepping up in the pocket. It's a little play action, long developing. Hartline's way down the field on a comeback on the inside. Just Claiborne not able to get there.
This drive began at their 13-yard line. Shotgun formation. Handoff, and they'll run the ball. Running to the near side, Lamar Miller is going to be hit and dropped as he reaches the 43-yard line. That's a gain of maybe 2, and the Dolphins now will have positive yards rushing the football. They were held to 0 yards rushing in the first half.
Well, Miami Dolphins have not been a strong running team this year. They're 22nd in the league. They've had 97 yards a game, but Bucs have been doing a good job at penetration against that offensive line, which makes it difficult to get anything going on the inside.
Got to figure out a way to stop Ryan Tannehill, and now we put Gary Gibson in there at nose. It is 2nd down and 8. Dropping to throw. Tannehill throws the ball to the left side, and receiver and quarterback not on the same page. Brian Hartland had done a double move and started going downfield, and I think Tannehill thought he was going to come back on a little curl on the sideline.
Yeah, Hartline turned inside, and I think Tannehill was expecting him to turn outside. A little bit of double move. Leonard Johnson in coverage was soft, making sure he didn't get beat over the top, and I think Hartline turned the wrong way.
Now another 3rd down and long. This time 3rd and 8. The mark to make is the Buccaneer 48-yard line. Can the Bucs stop him? You can get off the field, get a breather. With 11:58 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dolphins opening drive of the 2nd half. Out of the shotgun formation, moving right to snap. Here comes some pressure. It gets the pass away, and it's thrown too low. Coverage by Levante David. And the pass intended for tight end Charles Clay. Not only does Levante David tackle extremely well, anticipate runs, he leads us in sacks with 5, but he's a pretty good covering outside linebacker.
Yeah, he was inside. It was 2-man, and he had an inside technique. And really, Tannehill had a lot of pressure, had to throw it before he was ready. So he kind of led the receiver to the outside. If he had a little more time, he might have been able to deliver a better pass.
Brian Fields to punt. The Bucs have been stuck on 17 sacks. We need to get to Tannehill. This punt coming to the near sideline. And it will go, it says the outside of the coffin corner, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. My goodness, Brandon Fields pins in the Buccaneers. That's how you flip the field with your punting game. And Brandon Fields just delivered a dandy. Bucs are in a hole at R1 with a rookie quarterback. 11:43 to go, 3rd quarter. Bucs lead 15-7. Let's take a timeout.
Buccaneers football. Brought to you in part by Miller Lite. When it's Bucs football time, it's Miller time.
43 to go here in our 3rd quarter, and the Buccaneer defense able to stiffen there after a couple of Ryan Tannehill completions. Interesting that punt was coming down right around the 1-yard line, if not the pylon. That's something you could choose to challenge if you wanted to, but the Bucs have already burned 1 timeout here in the half, so they will begin from their 1-yard line as we go back up to Gene and Dave.
And Mike Glennon, the quarterback, stands in his own end zone. Zutas snaps the ball. We run it to the right, and it's Brian Leonard pounding off right guard, and he may have gotten ahead for 1 yard, maybe 1.5 yards, but any little bit you can get to work with down here in no man's land is a positive gain. They'll spot the ball out between the 2 and the 3, so a gain of 1.5 yards. Power running by running back Brian Leonard. Leonard in his 7th year out of Rutgers, a former St. Louis Ram and Cincinnati Bengal. Vincent Jackson deploys wide to the left. We got two tight ends and a fullback and a running back. That's Leonard. They threaten to run blitz and a handoff to Leonard. He made one guy miss. He's nailed at the end zone. He's knocked backwards. They're going to give him 1 yard out. The first contact happened as Leonard got just across the goal line. It will be 3rd down and 10. And the ball is spotted halfway between the goal line and the 1 yard. They sent a run blitzer. That was just nowhere to run.
They did. They came with a linebacker just like Tampa did, and he had that little jump cut, Gene, to get back inside. Unfortunately, he got his shoulders upfield a little bit before he got driven back into the end zone.
Now it is 3rd down, and again, you're still in no man's land. You're a half yard out of your own end zone. We got a safety earlier in the game. Levante David stopped Dan Thomas 5 yards deep. Shotgun formation now. A throwing down. Vincent Jackson in motion across the formation to the right. We move left. Here comes a flag. Delay a game.
Delay a game. Offense, number 8. After this is the goal. 3rd down.
Well, the penalty is not going to cost us that much. You lose about 4 or 5 inches as they respot the ball. On that penalty is the 5th penalty on the Buccaneers, and obviously the shortest length of penalty, but 4 penalties now for 56 yards in the game. And that ball, 8 seconds as we break the huddle. 5 seconds, 4 on the huddle clock. Glennon awaits the snap with 2. Don't know if he's going to get it off. Here he does. With 1 second to spare, pressure. Glennon looks upfield, throws it upfield. It is batted in the air and incomplete to the 22-yard line. Tyquan Underwood played defensive back and knocked it away from Nolan Carroll. Carroll in there as he started at corner. I think he was in there as a nickel defensive back trying to deny anything long. And now Mike Keenan has a huge responsibility. He'll be standing right near the end line. You were on special teams day. What is a punter thinking when he lines up here? If he steps back a half foot, it's a safety.
That's exactly what he's thinking. He's got to think everything's got to go forward, but not too quickly because there's a lot of defenders coming towards you.
Well, Thigpen stands at the Buccaneer 46-yard line. Canaan 9 yards deep in our own end zone. Dolphins may be coming after this one. They line up like they're coming after the punter. Canaan's going to have to hurry the punt. He got rid of it. Boy, a booming punt. Boy, a spiraling punt. Thigpen backpedals to the 36-yard line. Big punt by Canaan. Here comes Thigpen looking for the near side alley. Got the corner turn. Down the sideline to the 40. He's to the 30. He's out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Sometimes when you get a booming punt, they call it out kicking your coverage. But when you're 9 yards deep in your end zone, you're going to kick it as far as you can.
Well, you lost your contained guys because they bought everybody up on the rush. They had to bring in the gunners, so they had a tight formation that they punted. And Canaan, tremendous punt. But now you lost your two contained gunners on the outside, and that's what happened. Thigpen would just use his speed and was able to get to the edge. There were some guys on the inside, but they weren't able to get him down.
And a short field for the Dolphins. Now a 63-yard punt, but a 34-yard return by Thigpen. Dolphins have the ball with 9:30 to go in the third quarter. They trail 15-7. Dolphin football at the Buccaneer 29. Play action fake. Tannehill throws over the middle. It is deflected and almost picked off Rashad Matthews. If Matthews doesn't get a hand on it, the Buccaneers have an interception around the 8-yard line.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Matthews ran up on the inside and was hooking up, and Tannehill threw it too high, and if he doesn't get a hand on it, it's an interception.
Well, the Buccaneers had horrible field position. We started at the 1-yard line and punted from the 1-yard line, and then that 34-yard return. Dolphins in business, second down 10 at the Buccaneer 29. Moving toward the south end zone toward McDill Air Force Base, second down 10. I formation. Here's the snap. They'll run the stretch play to the left side, and Daniel Thomas has nowhere to go. Buccaneers have been stout against the run tonight, haven't we? 9:15 to go, clock ticking. Bucs lead 15-7. 9:11 remain in the third quarter. Dolphins got a couple of first downs, did not go 3 and out on that first possession. Face third down and 9 here. The mark to make is the Buccaneer 19-yard line.
Mason Foster was the guy on that one to come up and fill the hole. Good physical play at the point of attack.
Empty backfield has hurt the Buccaneers now. 4 receivers and a tight end. Long count by Tannehill. Pouncey the center from Lakeland. Snaps the ball. Tannehill, we send a blitzer. Can't get to him. Pass underneath. Caught, and they're short of the first down. Good read of the play by Mark Barron, and a good tackle by Mark Barron as he got Lamar Miller on a crossing route at the 22-yard line. And Caleb Sturgis, a rookie out of the University of Florida, will check in and try to get 3 more points for the Dolphins. They scored on their final possession of the first half. Did not get close for a field goal or a touchdown on their first possession here in the third quarter. But on their second series now, have a chance to dig into a 8-point deficit. This will be a 40-yard field goal from Caleb Sturgis. He's had some problems. He's missed 5 field goals. But this one right in the middle, between the hashes. Good snap. Kick airborne. Plenty of leg, and it is good. And the Dolphins have cut the deficit to 5 now. Buccaneers led early, 15-0. The Dolphins have scored 10 unanswered on this Monday night. 7:57 remain, third quarter, 15-10 the score. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars got off the snide with a 29-27 win over Tennessee yesterday. We all know that. Bucs trying to get off the snide too. And we lead the Dolphins 15-10. Dave, we were talking during the break, a win for the Bucs defense after that tremendous return by Thigpen. We hold them to a 3 and out. They settle for a 40-yard field goal, and they didn't get any more. 15-10.
Well, it's going to be important on this drive. They have to sustain some offense. Their defense has been out a lot at the end of the first half and the beginning of this one. You got to give him a rest.
Kickoff will come down at the 2-yard line, and this will be brought back up. Dave, and a face mask grab. Fumble football. We dive on it. Who's got it? Wow. Sky Dawson was running, was clotheslined at the 18-yard line. It looked like he got hit by the face mask, but there's no flag thrown. And boy, he is lucky.
First down, Tampa Bay.
He is lucky that we hang on to that football. You heard referee Jeff Triplett say down by contact, but he was clotheslined. If he's got an Adam's apple that still wiggles, I don't think so. That's the Gerber collision hit of the game. If your car's been hit, Don't put off the repairs. Trust the experts at Gerber. Gerber Collision and Glass. They come highly recommended. Boy, Sky, hang on to your helmet. Whew, that was a clothesline. There's a timeout on the field. We'll start at the 19. We lead by 5. Let's take a timeout. Well, the Miami Dolphins go 7 yards, 4 plays after a tremendous punt return by Marcus Thigpen after a booming 63-yard punt by Michael Caine. It took him 93 seconds to get a field goal. A Caleb Sturgis 40-yarder. 15-10 is your score. Bucs have had trouble scoring in the third quarter. Just 10 points all season long in period number 3. We start this drive at the 19-yard line, moving left toward the north end zone of the Pirate Ship. Hand off to Brandon Leonard. Leonard runs to his right. Clay breaks the tackle, spins out across the 25 to the 26, and a flag has been thrown. Don't know what they saw. Holding is what one official is indicating. And boy, penalties and sacks are drive killers. And with the Dolphins now scoring 10 points on
Holding.
2 of their last 3 possessions.
Number 11 in the offense. Half the distance to go. Repeat first down.
Well, that holding is going to be on Tyquan Underwood. But again, back to the point. They have scored a touchdown and a field goal on 2 of their last 3 possessions. And penalty. Now, what you want to do is use some clock time, let your defense get a breather, and you'd love to get some points now as the Dolphins have cut into a 15-0 deficit and trail by just 5, 15-10. I think we got a lot of Dolphin fans in this building, too. A lot of noise on that Thigpen return. Tampa Bay Buccaneers in red moving left. Dolphins are in white with aqua numerals and piping and stockings. And, you know, half the distance to the goal, the line of scrimmage was the 19-yard line. They move it back a full 10 yards, and it's spotted at the 9-yard line. So Jeff Triplett was a little wrong on that assessment. We'll run the ball to the up the gut goes by, and Leonard. Not much there on first down and 20. And Leonard is stuffed. Bucs have been victimized with horrible field position here in the third quarter. Trying to overcome now a 10-yard penalty for holding on Tyquan Underwood after a nice effort by running back Brian Leonard. Mike James injured early in this game with 9:54 left in the first quarter. James was carted to the locker room. Leg injury down around the ankle. Will not return tonight. Second down and 18. 2 yards on the Leonard run up the gut. From the I formation, Lord, the fullback. Glennon will drop the throw. Pressure, puts the ball down, caught at the 25, to the 27-yard line, to the 28. And Tim Wright, first catch of the game, comes in the third quarter, and he gets a gain of 17, just short. Wait a minute. They spot the ball near the chalk at the 29. If that spot holds, there will be a measurement, I think. Well, Jeff Triplett's going to eyeball the chain gang on the near side. Now wants a measurement. That is a great throw by Glennon. Standing back around his own 3-yard line, throws a rope to Tim Wright. And that converted wide receiver, a favorite target of the rookie quarterback.
Well, they got in that I formation again. We saw Leonard run off to the right side on the first one. They get back in it again, really with a no huddle. Glennon called it from the line of scrimmage, and they faked the run and were able to get Tim Wright running vertically up the field inside the linebacker. Good throw and catch.
That is a 19-yard completion when you're trying to overcome a penalty. Boy, oh boy, Tim Wright with another catch. He's got 25 on the season. Remember, Tim Wright wasn't projected to be a starter for these Buccaneers. We thought Tom Crabtree was going to be the guy, had injuries. Remember the loss of Luke Stocker? He was going to be our number 1. Crabtree rotates to the right as a tight end. I formation from the 29, moving left the snap. Glennon hands the ball off, and Leonard following a blocker. Here comes another flag, and this could be another hold. Well, Jeff Triplett's the referee, and he's the one that threw the yellow flag. And if it's another hold, we're going to have to overcome 2 holding penalties on this series.
Holding. Number 76 to the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Well, they get center Jeremy Zutaw, and, you know, you see more holding penalties on centers this year than I could ever remember. Dave, why is that?
I don't know what it is. And that came out from the side. It wasn't really in the middle. We did see Zutaw pulling earlier in the first half. He's a guy that sets up if there's nobody on him. He will pull around the edge. Not sure if they got him when he was on the run.
Well, Zutaw guilty. First down, 20 now. Back to the 19-yard line. Glennon wants to throw. Now he's going to run the ball. Up the gut he goes, and he slides at the 24. And a defensive end, Cameron Wake, let the quarterback know that he was in the neighborhood. Pro Bowl Defensive end Cameron Wake, boy, coming off a tremendous season a year ago. 48.5 careers. Actually had 15 last year, 5.5 this year, but he's not been a factor in this game so far. Gain of 5 on the scramble, or 4 on the scramble by quarterback Mike Glennon. Second down and 16. The ball at the Buccaneer 23. We move right to left on your radio, head toward the pirate ship of the north end zone. Right to left we go, and a handoff to Leonard, and he's going to be nailed in the backfield, and he is stuffed for a loss of 3. Boy, you hear those Dolphin fans making noise. And the Buccaneers are going to have to overcome a holding penalty again and a thrown for loss tackle, and the Bucs will face third down and 19. The mark to make is the Buccaneer 39. That's a long way upfield for Mike Glennon.
That's tough. I mean, one holding penalty to overcome that with a 19-yard completion, that's good stuff. But you can't continue to do that, and this is what's really plagued the Bucs in a lot of the games that they've had opportunities.
Opponents have had success on third down and long against the Dolphins. See if history repeats. Third down, 19 from the 20. The snap, but they'll send pressure. Glennon stands tall, throws it underneath, he throws it. He was under pressure, got hit, and the pass sails incomplete, and he was really crunched by Jared Odrick. Odrick in his 4th year out of Penn State, a former first-round draft pick listed as a co-starter with Randy Starks. And boy, he got through and fought through a block, and he nailed Mike Glennon. Donald Penn playing in his 101st consecutive game, a little slow coming to the sideline alongside Jamon Meredith, making his 2nd consecutive start. Meredith, and now we need another big punt by Kanan, but we need better coverage. See if they come after Kanan again, who stands at the Buccaneer 6-yard line, and Marcus Thigpen stands at the Dolphin 31. Kanan awaits the snap. Here it comes. Wobbly punt off the side of his foot. That may not get across midfield. It's going to bounce out of bounds, and then the shank punt will be ruled out of bounds around the Buccaneer 41-yard line. Mike Kanan walks slowly to the sideline. Disappointed in that punt. Dave Wanstaff, the special teams coach, walks down to meet him. Bucs lead, but by 5. 15-10, 4:07 left, third quarter. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Well, the Miami Dolphins again get a huge break in field position as Mike Kanan shanks one off the side of his foot. It's a 21-yard punt. And after a 63-yard boomer on his last punt from his own end zone. He shanked that one off the side of his foot. It went out of bounds at the Buccaneer 41-yard line on the Dolphin side of the field. Well, the Dolphins' average field position in the first half was the Miami 12-yard line. Here in the second half, their average drive start, their own 48, and they started the Buccaneer 41 now. 4:07 left third quarter. Buccaneers lead 15-10. Dolphins moving right toward the south end zone. Bouncy snap a go, but we send a blitzer. Pass gotten away, caught on the left flat by Rashad Matthews, and he spun around out of bounds, but he has a first down. Right at the first down marker, the catch is good for 10 yards, far sideline, and Deshaun Golson hanging on. We sent a linebacker blitzing that time to try to disrupt Tannehill.
And this is just the timing, a 5-yard out, one-on-one coverage against Deshaun Golson, and just that spread formation. Miami's got it figured out. The Bucs are having a hard time stopping it.
15-10 Bucs lead at the moment from the Buccaneer 31, moving right, first down 10. Matthews 10 catches, 101 yards, his first career 100-yard game. Hand off to the fullback, running to the left side. Tackle made at the 31. Darrelle Revis could stop the run as well. They had a tight end in as a blocking back, and he looked like a tight end trying to run. Generally, tight ends don't know how to find a hole to follow a blocker, and that was displayed there. He stopped for a loss. I'm not being disparaging of a tight end, but did you ever try to run as a fullback?
I did. I have a carry in there
somewhere. Did you have a little jump cut in there, a little wiggle?
No, there's no wiggle. I ran straight ahead, but we've seen Clay do this before. He's an H-back. He'll line up at wide receiver in the slot, spends a lot of time in motion, and he'll line up at tight end. He's a guy that does a lot of things for this Miami team. Right now, he's in the eye at fullback.
It is second down and 10 moving right. No loss on the play. Yeah, play action fake, rolling to his right. Tannehill throws the ball upfield, caught at the 21, out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Brian Hartline. Well, rolling Tannehill, he's dangerous. You know who followed Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback at Texas A&M? A guy by the name of Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, Heisman Trophy winner. I wonder if Johnny learned his moves from Ryan Tannehill.
Well, he throws extremely well off the run. That's one of the things when you watch him on film. He's very accurate. He's able to get his shoulders around. He has Tannehill in his face, and he still is able to deliver a strike to Hartline running a crossing route.
11-yard completion, first down, 10 at the Buccaneer 19-yard line, moving right. Tight end Charles Clay in motion in the slot now. Pump fake, dot the shoulder. Tannehill goes to the end zone. It is incomplete at the 5-yard line. Boy, hit immediately. Charles Clay clobbered by Golson, and Golson stuffs the pass. It's incomplete. Boy, Tannehill dipped that shoulder, tried to get those corners to bite, and then threw the hard rope at the post route, and it's incomplete.
Well, they went back to that quick screen that Revis was able to make the tackle for a loss on Wallace, and then they set it up, and Clay, instead of blocking, went vertically up the middle of the field, but Golson didn't bite. He was able to make the play as the ball got there.
Mike Sherman, the offensive coordinator, was Ryan Tannehill's head coach at Texas A&M. Second down, 10 from the 19, moving right, shotgun set to the snap. Play action fake, the pass on the left side. It is caught. Nice catch down the sideline. 5. Touchdown, Miami. Dolphins lead for the first time of the game. They throw the ball to Rashad Matthews, and he's been a buck killer. He already has over 100 yards, and he's got a career night on a Monday night game in Tampa.
And this one is, you saw the fake screen to the right. This one's what they call a bubble screen to the left. Matthews is the inside receiver, and he just flares out wide, gets the blocker on the outside and Hartline to block Leonard Johnson, and Matthews uses his speed on the edge, gets a touchdown.
Second time those two have tangled tonight, and the Dolphins are going to go for two now. It is 16-15. And a 2-point conversion would give the Dolphins a 3-point lead. They lead for the first time, 2:01 to go in the third quarter. 16-15, Miami Dolphins. 2-point conversion try coming as the Dolphins attempt. Empty backfield for Tannehill. Now he's got a blocking back in there, Thomas. Tannehill takes the snap, rolling pocket to his right, looks back against the grain, throws it toward the end zone, knocked away in the end zone. Nice play by Darrelle Revis. That came so close to being a completed 2-point conversion, didn't it? But a nice play by Darrelle Revis.
And Tannehill was rolling to his right, but he was looking to go back to his left. He was able to throw it late in the corner, and Revis knocked it away.
Dolphins lead 16-15, 2:01 left third. Let's take a timeout. Now the Miami Dolphins have taken the lead. They are up 16-15, 2-point try. First time they've attempted a 2-point try this season is an incomplete pass. Nice defensive knockdown in the end zone by Darrelle Revis near sideline. The Buccaneers have 20 total yards of offense in the third quarter, which has been an anemic quarter for the Bucs all season long. 10 points, 8 games, and we're working on 9 tonight. And with 2:01 to go, the Bucs need a scoring drive to celebrate Dave Moore's birthday. Come on, Bucs! Here is Sturgis's kick. It'll be 7 yards, 9 yards deep in the end zone, and Eric Page will take a knee, and the Bucs will start at the 20-yard line. We've got to get something going. Take your tailgate party to the next level with a large pizza with up to 5 toppings for just $9.99. Ask for the Game Changer deal only at Domino's Pizza, an official pizza of the Bucs. Order online at Domino's.com. Ask for code 5066. Limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. If we weren't on the air, Dave, I'd sing happy birthday to you.
I think we'd all like to hear that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, Bucs.
I never liked karaoke. Here's a snap from the 20. Play action fake Glennon. Sold nicely. Throws over the middle. Cole through the hands of Vincent Jackson. Had a chance to make the catch. Somebody may have gotten a fingertip on that.
I think you're right. I think in number 21, Grimes got his fingertip on that one because it looked like it was going to hit him in the chest and got deflected away.
And the Buccaneers, with 1:56 to go, will face second down and 10. Don't need any holding penalties, do we? That hurt us on the last series.
Really did.
And field position hurt us on the first. Just our third possession of the third quarter. Bucs move left in red. Head toward the pirate ship in the north end zone. In motion, Tim Wright to the right. I formation. The snap. Again, Glennon to throw out of the play action fake. Looks upfield, throws it upfield, throws a long ball downfield toward Vincent Jackson. And Jackson, I don't know why Jackson broke off on his route. He stopped running.
He did stop running. He had a guy running with him, and he's looking back at the quarterback. It didn't look like he was expecting it to come his way. Grimes is a guy on him again and is really running with him the whole way. Vincent never even looks back.
Well, Vincent Jackson who has been pure poison on the Dolphins in his career as a San Diego Charger. Just 3 catches, targeted 5 times in the first half, 28 yards. He averages 114 yards against the Dolphin defense in his last 2 games. But then that was when he was a Charger. It's 3rd down and 10. Bucs need a first down in the worst way. Got to reach the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation. Glennon. Here comes heat and pressure. Gets the pass away. It is intercepted at the 30-yard line. Jackson went the wrong way. With the interception, Wilson. Wilson inside the 10. Dropped at the 7-yard line. And on 3rd down with heat coming, Glennon suffers his first interception since the Philadelphia game. Had gone through 3 games and a half without throwing a pick, but under duress. And Vince Jackson never turned around to look for the ball. The safety had a shot at it, Jimmy Wilson, the nickelback, and he comes up with his 3rd career pick, his 2nd of the season. And the Dolphins with a 1-point lead are in field goal range now with 94 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And that's going to give you a great example how 3rd and long really favors the defense. Glennon trying to hang in there as long as he can. The route to get the first down's got to be 10 yards. Vincent Jackson pushed to a full 10 and then broke out, but because Glennon had pressure in his face, he had to throw it early in the anticipation of the outbreak, threw it too far inside, and it was intercepted.
From the 7, they will run the ball to the left side. Bucs read the run and stuff the run. Daniel Thomas has nowhere to go. He was slipping and sliding and loses a yard. Maybe 2. Depends on where they spot the ball. This drive started at the 7. They'll spot it back around the 9. It is a loss of 2. Bill Hunt was telling me all along it was a loss of 2, and I didn't believe him. But he was right. He always is. 1:09 to go. Dolphins face 2nd down goal from the 9 now. Can the Buccaneers stop the Dolphins? We trail by 1, 16-15 at the moment. 2nd down. Tannehill. Shotgun formation moving right toward the south. Here's the snap. Here comes pressure. Tannehill buys time. Pissed about. Knocked away and almost picked. Boy, that pass thrown a little low, and Leonard Johnson got a paw on it at about the 2-yard line. 3rd down goal.
And Tannehill, the rush wound up getting past him, and he stepped up and had a clean shot. But Leonard Johnson was able to get inside underneath the receiver and knock it down. Otherwise, it's an easy touchdown.
Yeah, Leonard Johnson had some safety help, too, as Deshaun Golson was there, and they combined, but the pass defense credited to Leonard Johnson. 3rd down and goal. Pistol formation look now, and they'll swing the running back out to the near side, and that is Marcus Thigpen. 3rd down back, 3rd down goal from the 9. Here's the snap. Tannehill looking, dumps it up. Little shovel pass. Bucs read it. McCoy with a big-time stuff. Boy, McCoy grabs Charles Clay in a big old Buccaneer bear hug and drops him. And they'll bring in the field goal unit. So the Buccaneer defense dodges a huge bullet now. They're going to force him into a field goal attempt.
And luckily, McCoy is there. He's actually getting blocked and recognizes it because Clay's about to have some room here and might be able to score.
22 seconds remain. Sturgis has made a 40-yard field goal. This a 30-yarder. Well within his range. He's missed 5 this season. Good snap. Here's the kick, and the rookie out of Florida makes his 2nd field goal of the game, and the Dolphins get a little separation now. It is 19-15. Dolphins lead. 3rd quarter late. Let's take a timeout.
Do we just 3rd quarter over yet?
No, 10 seconds to go. Dolphins 19, Buccaneers 15 on that field goal by Sturgis. 10 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. Well, it's been all Miami Dolphins here in the 3rd period. Caleb Sturgis kicks his 2nd field goal, this one a 30-yarder. He had kicked a 40-yard field goal early in the period. Then Ryan Tannehill engineered a short 41-yard scoring drive, hit Rashad Matthews with a 19-yard touchdown. The try for 2 failed, and the Dolphins led for the first time at 16-15. And the Sturgis field goal with 10 seconds remaining gives the Dolphins a 4-point lead, 19-15. What is it about the second half, Dave? What is it?
And that's exactly what I'm looking for, the end of the 3rd quarter to get us a little bit more productive in the 4th.
Caleb Sturgis kick into the end zone, and Eric Page will take a knee, and the Buccaneers will start from the 20-yard line again. Buccaneers' first drive of this half started at our own 1-yard line. We get a booming punt But the Dolphins get a huge return, and they get a field goal. And the Buccaneers have back-to-back holding penalties, and we have to punt it away. And the punt was a short one. Dolphins made quick work of a short field, 41-yard drive. And the Tannehill touchdown pass to Rashad Matthews, over 100 yards already in this game. A second-year wide receiver having a career day on Monday night. From the 20, we move right to left. Buccaneer ball. Hand off to Brian Leonard. Breaks through a tackle and digs his way out to the 28. That will be the final play of the third quarter. Leonard gets a gain of 8. And the Bucs face second down and 2 as we mosey into the fourth quarter, trailing 19-15. Let's take a timeout.
The McDonald's NFL scoreboard. Score with McDonald's delicious McRib sandwich. I'm loving it.
The Miami Dolphins have ripped off 19 unanswered points. They lead as we roll into the fourth and final quarter, 19-15 over Tampa Bay. Now back to Raymond James Stadium and Gene Deckerhoff. Gene?
We're back with 15 minutes left to play, Ronnie. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Call Geico at 1-800-947-AUTO, 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. Joining us in the booth, Buccaneers are behind now. We trail 19, but joining us in the booth, Hall of Famer, Warren Sapp. Congratulations, Warren. Welcome to our booth.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
Yeah, by golly, that number 99 Sapp looks great over there on the Ring of Honor. We'll talk about that in a moment. Second down and 2. Handoff, Brian Leonard. Leonard finds a little depth.
Oh, yeah.
To the 35. He's out to the 39-yard line. We're playing without Doug Martin on injured reserve this week. Mike James goes down to an injury first quarter. Brian Leonard, the workhorse, he gets us a first down. Warren, what do you think? We had a lead of 15-0. Where'd it go?
Some adjustments were made in the halftime, and right now we got to get ourselves back on that page that we had in the first half, driving the ball and scoring points.
Our fourth possession, we do have one turnover, an interception thrown by rookie quarterback Mike Glennon from the 38-yard line. Handoff to Leonard, finds outside a little running room, a little jump cut to the right side, gets out to the 42, a gain of 3. Warren, what's it mean to you to be in the Buccaneer Ring of Honor for life? I mean, that's up there forever.
Yeah, it is, and just to think about all the guys that came before me that tried to get this thing right. And then me, Brooks, Lynch, Rondé, Simeon, some hard-working, dedicated brothers. I'm just one. When you look at Warren Sapp, you should just think Tampa 2.
Tampa 2.
Because that's what it is. Because you got to go to Minnesota to find the Purple People Eaters and Pittsburgh to find the Steel Curtain. But they play Tampa 2 everywhere.
Tampa 2 offense. Running left, Leonard following a hole. Leonard is going to smash his way off left guard out to the 43-yard line. He's short of a first down by about a yard. Bucs will face third down and 1, but it's the Brian Leonard. This is smash mouth. You like the smash mouth brand of football, don't you, Warren?
You know what? That's the football I was growing up on with. Mike all start up the guts. Leonard has that same kind of drive. So if he can give us the same thing Mike did all those years, I'll take him.
Well, we're going to have to get a first down somehow, some way. Give that defense a little bit of a breather. How important it was? Let's get the play, and I'll ask you how important it is to get that extra rest on the sideline. See if the Bucs can get a first down now. Buccaneers move left to right. We head toward the south end zone. Shift tight end Tom Crabtree to the right. I formation with Loriga blocking back, and here comes Leonard. He's going to dive to the 50. He has the first down. Boy, oh boy, he just knew he had to get that first down. How important is getting another first down to give that defense a little more rest?
You know what? It gives your team momentum, too, that now we can drive the ball after being down, losing the lead, give our defense a rest, and more importantly, hopefully get this lead back.
Well, the Buccaneers in the first half had some success running the football. We had 81 yards. Dolphins had nothing. And another thing, you keep the ball away from this Ryan Tannehill, who has gotten all of a sudden red hot. First down, $10 from the 50-yard line, moving right. Bobby Rainey is in to spell Brian Leonard. Rainey in his second year out of Western Kentucky. He'll play action fake sold by Glennon. Drops back and throws the pass to the far side. Caught by Underwood at the 32. Great throw by Glennon. Nice catch, Underwood. First down at the Dolphin 32.
And that's what happens when you're able to run the ball. You see the Bucs, they get in that formation. They get two backs in the backfield and a tight end. They fake it again. They were able to pick up the first down. Glennon gets just enough time to get it on a deep comeback to Underwood on the sideline.
17 yards on the catch by Underwood, his third of the game, and he now has 64 yards receiving. Good game, Underwood. First down, 10 from the 33 of the Dolphins. Moving right. Glennon, one back set. He'll hand the play, hands the ball off to Rainey, and Rainey's going to be nailed right at the line of scrimmage. Not much there. Rainey at 5'8" is not as big as Brian Leonard, nor as physical, and he needs a little more running room than Leonard needs, and they're a little slow getting up. And that's Donald Penn. he's been a little slow getting up now. It's a physical football game down there against the Dolphins. These two teams don't like each other, Warren. You know that.
It's a Florida thing, baby.
Yeah.
You know, Florida is a religion about football. And right now, the Dolphins are reeling and everybody questioning their leadership in their locker room.
Yeah.
And we haven't won a game, so let's go for 4 quarters and see what happens.
Let's go, and we are in the fourth quarter. Speaking of, trailing 19-15, 11-13 to go. Underwood in motion near side from the 33. Handoff running right. It's Rainey. Rainey finds daylight. He's got a first.
Let's go.
To the left side.
Let's go.
To the 15 to the 10. Got a block to the 5. To the 3. Out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Bobby Rainey.
Yeah.
And the Bucs are a yard away from retaking the lead with 10:59 to go. I hear the cannon. We're inside the AT&T red zone. And Bobby Rainey broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage and scoots for 31 yards.
Yeah, he did a good job. Once he got through the line of scrimmage, he got lost there for a second, was able to break the tackle, and then got out the backside and used his speed to get down the edge. I thought he was going to finish it.
Well, the Bucs are in the AT&T red zone. AT&T is the fastest and now the most reliable 4G LTE network. I bet you somebody covers number 70. What do you think, Warren?
I bet they do too.
Well, Gabe Karimi is an eligible receiver. They'll hand the ball off running left.
Let's
Bobby
go.
Rainey
Let's
to the
go.
corner. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bobby Rainey's got his first career touchdown. That's a kid off the Bears practice squad. And there, fire those cannons. Fire them. Fire them again.
Shoot him.
Fire him for Warren Sapp. Fire him for Bobby Rainey. Fire him for the Buccaneers. We score in the fourth. Warren, we're not going to let you go, big guy.
I ain't going nowhere, Dean. We're in the right frame of mind right now. Bucks are rolling.
They had a wing formation to the right side, and the fullback shifted over to make the wing on the left. And Rainey was designed to go off tackle, but he bounced it outside on his own, used his speed, and was able to score.
Bobby Rainey.
Good vision.
Dropped that name down. He popped out to the left, got the outside, and beat the defender to the pylon. Point after touchdown. This is big. Yeah, 22 to 19. Bob's Carpet Mart congratulates the Buccaneers on another touchdown. Bob's Carpet Mart, Tampa Bay's premier carpet and flooring source for over 43 years. Bob's Carpet Mart, you gotta love it. Bucs 22, Dolphins 19, early fourth. Let's take a timeout.
Let's pause for station identification. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.
Well, our second offensive touchdown in the fourth quarter results in a 3-point Buccaneer lead here. We have 10:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Tampa Bay 22, Miami Dolphins 19. The kickoff is brought to you by Tires Plus. Score new tires in under 60 minutes. Kanan teased the ball up, and Warren, it was great to see family here. Your mom was here. You stood up, and we had a reception. You know, they had to drag me back up here. What did you say? The crowd was just roaring. I mean, when I left, when I had to run back, the crowd was just going bonkers for you. Here's the kickoff. We'll get back to Warren in just a moment. It goes through the end. We knew it was going to do that.
Yeah,
What was it like out there in the middle of the stadium with 65,000 plus screaming?
They were rocking. And I wanted to let them know how I felt about them because my bus sits comfortably up in Canton, Ohio, but my heart and soul is right here in Tampa Bay.
There is a timeout, and we'll step aside with Warren joining us. Bucs lead by 3. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just gone 80 yards in 9 plays in a little under 5 minutes. We take the lead at 22-19. And the Dolphins will start at their own 20-yard line, moving left. And Ryan Tannehill will take the snap, drops back to throw, looks upfield, dumps it off to his running back, Lamar Miller, and Miller snagged and dropped after a 3-yard loss. Is that a little bit variation of the Tampa 2 Warren Sapp? Before, I know you're going to get over here, you got family across the way, but is that a little version of the Tampa 2 then?
I couldn't see it, Gene,
okay.
But I'm glad we stopped them real fast for a gain of only 3.
A gain of 3 brings up second down and 7. Huge crowd tonight, a sellout. Folks came to see Warren Sapp enshrined into the Ring of Honor, and it looks nice across the way. And Warren, you indicate you wanted some more lights on that thing. I can get a flashlight on it. Shine it from right here. We'll make it brighter. It looks bright to me.
It looks great to me, too. Looks great.
Shotgun set. Tannehill, play action fake, throws the pass to the right side. It is caught, and a great tackle by Darrelle Revis. They'll give him progress to the chalk of the 30. I think that will be a Dolphin first down. But boy, Revis tackled the receiver and spun him around. Give him a gain of 7 first.
That's short.
Is it short?
That's short. You got to touch the line.
Yeah. Okay, it's not touching the line.
That's short.
Touching the line. It is short.
That's short.
Now, the Dolphins have no run game at all in this game. You got to run the football, don't you, Warren?
Well, when you get rid of 2 of your offensive linemen off your line,
that's true.
Not only is your pass protection going to suffer, the run game is the one thing that will suffer the most because you don't have that cohesiveness of guys knowing how to combo block and get to the next level.
Well, they need about a half a foot. Figure a quarterback sneak. Bucs are going to dig in right here at the line of scrimmage. They need a half foot. Tannehill changing the play. Are they going to try to draw us offside? Tannehill gets the snap, and he will take the quarterback sneak. He's a big guy, and he'll get the first down. 6'4", 220. And Tannehill on a quarterback keeper gets the first down. Buccaneers still lead, though, 22-19. You hope the defense can rise to the occasion of the expression. The offense just scored a touchdown.
Yeah, it's time for the boys. They got a little rest and 80 yards to defend. Let's go to work.
Gerald McCoy, I know you've been mentoring Gerald McCoy, number 93, and he's a beast in that middle, isn't he?
You know what? When they finally realize what the kid brings to the table and they get him in the best position like they used to do me from side to side, we'll get some good work out of him.
They'll run the ball to the left side. Bucs read the run and run out of bounds. Lamar Miller. And it was Mark Barron reading run. And number 23 comes flying through there, and they will lose 2 or 3 yards.
That's just a run off the left side and good penetration. You talk about Gerald McCoy. He's able to beat his lineman to string that thing along. Then those linebackers with speed are able to force it laterally and run them out of bounds.
We had 4 thrown for lost tackles earlier in this game. I think we had 5 at halftime, and that's another thrown for lost tackle at 2nd down and 13 from the 27 moving left. And Tannehill in the shotgun with a sidecar left.
3-by-1.
Lamar Miller. Here's the snap. Tannehill dropping, throwing it. Almost picked off. Had a good angle at a pick. Couldn't come up with it. And we come up a little short, and that was a nice effort by Leonard Johnson. He's been close to a pick twice. 7.5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. And Warren, it's nice of you to join us here.
It's always good to see you.
Wouldn't be the same without you.
It's always good to see you. And
good luck.
I'll be looking at you every time you're in this stadium. Just look across and see you.
Hey, you're sitting in the Gene Deckerhoff radio booth. You know that, right? They named it after him. It's his 25th year.
That's what I'm talking about. The Gene Deckerhoff.
You'll be looking at each other.
Radio booth. We sat right across from each other.
3rd down, 13. They need to reach the 41. We run a stunt, can't get to him. Cover the man, and the pass is one hop out, incomplete at the 40-yard line. And the Dolphins are going to have to pump the ball. There you go, Warren. That's what you wanted. Thank you for joining us.
Always a pleasure, baby.
Now enjoy your family in the booth across the way. I will. You're going to get a golf cart to get you.
I'm going to go get some frosty beverages. I'll let you later.
There you go, Warren. Hey, great to see you, big fella. Congratulations.
Love you.
Congratulations, man.
Enshrined in the Ring of Honor tonight, and also presented with his Hall of Fame ring by President of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Steve Perry. Well, in the punt, Brandon Fields hadn't been very busy. We almost jumped the gun, and it is a offside penalty on the Buccaneers. My goodness, don't jump the gun. It will not result in a first down. Instead of 4th down and 13, it will be 4th down and 8.
Yeah, that's not smart. The good thing is it was 3rd and 13. So it's not going to cost them. You're not going to give up the first down, but you got to be smart.
Offside, unabated. Defensive end, 5 yards. Penalty, the 4th down.
Well, we jumped the gun trying to go after the punter. They didn't assign a number. Was that Dakota Watson that may have jumped the gun? They said defensive end. He generally goes after the punt block. So Brandon Fields, the punt, stands at his own 18-yard line now. We look like we're going to go after it. We do, and Fields just got the kick away. And waving off everybody is punt returner Eric Page. And here comes a flag. Eric Page, that's a no-no. That's absolutely a foolish penalty on Eric Page. The gunner had stopped and was out of bounds, and Page clobbered him. And Dave Wanstadt, special teams coach, is going to get a little grayer. DJ Campbell, just activated by the Dolphins, a gunner. He had stopped chasing after the ball. He was either right on the sideline or out of bounds when Eric Page clobbered him. Or was it R.J. Stanford? Wow. Eric Page.
That's a bad decision. You're going to get the ball outside the 20-yard line. Yeah. It's not great for field position, but it's solid. And you got to know your situation in the game.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 17, the receiving team. Half the distance to go. First down.
Well, again, the Buccaneers went 80 yards on our last drive to take the lead at 22-19. You don't need to be starting. It's your own 10 late in the ball game. We're in the 4th quarter. Let's take a timeout. Coming up after the game is the Hooters post-game show. Make Hooters your home to watch your favorite games on HDTV's Hooters. Celebrating for 30 years. Buccaneers have a 3-point lead, 22-19, 7:17 to go. Warren Sapp has left the building. He's heading over to his booth across the way from us. He pointed out where he's going to spend the rest of the ball game. And Warren had his Pro Football Hall of Fame gold jacket on. And we compared the rings, the Super Bowl ring and the Pro Football Hall of Fame ring. And Dave, the Pro Football Hall of Fame ring is a heavier ring than that Super Bowl ring.
And he made a point to let us know that.
Yeah, he did. Always good to see number 99. That number has, by the way, has been retired too. Bucs take over at the 11. And Glennon will hand the ball off to Brian Leonard. And the 7-year veteran slams off left guard and got it out to near the 15-yard line. Give him a 2-yard gain. And they will spot the ball short of the 15-yard line. Buccaneers need to get some first downs now, run this clock. Dolphins have all 3 timeouts. Bucs have 2 remaining, and we're more than halfway through the fourth quarter. 6:55 to go in the fourth period. Mike Glennon with a lot of responsibility on those rookie shoulders. Suffered 1 interception in the game already. Doesn't need another. Offset running back out of the shotgun, dropping Glennon. Glennon flushed out of the pocket, looks to his left. He comes over the ball ahead. Caught by Glennon. Glennon will get it to the 15-yard. I beg your pardon. It was Leonard. Brian Leonard made the catch, and going down was Glennon, and he shoveled that pass to Glennon, got 2 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Could have been 3rd down and longer had he been sacked.
Right. He would have been sacked at the 10-yard line, and it's a good heads-up play by him. Somebody was on the ground grabbing by the ankles, but it's a big 3rd down, Gene. You talk about defining moments. You don't want to punt now, give them good field position. You got to buy yourself some time and keep eating up those yards.
Yeah, Vernon had it by the ankles. Here's the snap, empty backfield, rolling pocket by Glennon, looking downfield. Glennon looking downfield, throws it upfield. It is almost caught by Underwood at the 42. And almost picked off as well by a Dolphin defender.
And I'm not sure if Underwood was going for the catch or trying to knock it down, because he felt like...
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 52.
Whoa!
Forearm to the helmet. 15 yards, automatic first down.
T.J. Reeves, you were on the sideline, and I didn't see the flag. The pass was incomplete.
Just an absolutely stupid play by Philip Wheeler after Glennon released the pass, Gene, right in front of me. He just leaps at him, helmet to helmet, after the pass is gone. So after the Eric Page blunder, the Dolphins give it right back because the Bucs were going to have to punt, Gino. What a mistake.
15-yard penalty on Philip Wheeler, 6-year linebacker out of Georgia Tech. An engineer, huh? 5:53 to go, and the Bucs get new life. And great field, much better field position from the 30-yard line. Bobby Rainey gets the handoff. He scored a touchdown already, and he tries to find running room, and there's not much there. He'll lose a yard. Buccaneers trying to run some clock and also move the chains. Will face 2nd down 11. 22-19. Bucs lead by 3 on Bobby Rainey's 1-yard touchdown on our last series.
DeMar Dotson was a little bit slow getting up there.
Yeah, DeMar Dotson needs some. A trainer's going to run in there now. A doctor's going to run in there. And we're probably going to have to spend it. Well, the officials stop playing. I guess it's an official's timeout. Bucs did not ask for the timeout. DeMar Dotson shaking up an injury timeout. And boy, he's down on a knee now. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 22, Miami Dolphins 19. This series about as close as you can get. Dolphins have won 5 of the 9 previous meetings. We're trying to even up the thing in our 10th meeting against our rivals from the South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers get a Donald Penn touchdown catch. That's a rarity. Just the second Buccaneer non-specialist, non-running back, non-wide receiver to catch a touchdown pass. There's an injury timeout. We'll recap the scoring when we come back. We lead by 3, 22-19. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network. Buccaneers ready to go to work now, facing 2nd down 11 from the 29-yard line, moving right toward the south end zone. 1 back set. Glennon dropping to throw. 4-man rush. Glennon has time. Dumps it up underneath. Caught by Rainey. Rainey to the 40-yard line. He has a Buccaneer first down. Where does Bobby Rainey come from? Off the Chicago Bears practice squad. He scored a touchdown, and that's a huge 12-yard catch and run.
That's just in the I formation or behind the quarterback. He runs through the line of scrimmage, breaks to the outside, has one-on-one against a linebacker. Good throw by Glennon under pressure.
Well, the second first down of the drive, the first achieved by the offense on 3rd down and long. Bucs incomplete, but a 15-yard penalty extends this drive. Roughing the passer. on a veteran linebacker. One back set, two receivers to the right at the 41-yard line. Handoff, Rainey finds daylight. Rainey explodes to the 48-yard line. Boy, fresh legs. And we'll recap. Doug Martin is on IR now. The rookie of the year a year ago is gone for the rest of the season. In the first quarter with 9:54 to go, Mike James goes down with an ankle injury. He will not return tonight. Hopefully the injury is not that severe. Then you got Brian Leonard, the workhorse, and he runs the power runs. Now you got a change of pace back in Bobby Rainey. Rainey with a nice gain of 8, second down 2. And the Bucs near midfield, running clock. We're at 4 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Bucs 22, Dolphins 19. Glennon under Jeremy Zutaw takes the snap, hands it off, and Rainey is nailed to the backfield. He digs ahead to the 49. My goodness, he was clobbered. They send the corner in on a blitz, or a safety, I beg your pardon. Rashard Jones, number 20, in his third year out of Georgia, and boy, he just walloped Bobby Rainey. Rainey fortunate to hang on to it. Third down and 2, no gain.
Jones, he was coming hard, saw the hand up, and was able to get Rainey right by the line of scrimmage, but Rainey was able to drag him to pick up a half yard or so.
Bucs rushed over 200 yards against the Seahawks. We have 155 yards running against the Dolphins tonight. 3:20 left, and Brian Leonard checks in. Sidecar left, Jackson in motion. Third down 2, got to reach the 49. High snap, Glennon made the catch, runs to his left, still running, looks downfield. He'll run it out of bounds, and the Buccaneers will be forced to punt the ball. Well, third down and a long 2. And Mike Sullivan dials up a pass play, and then Glennon rolling to his light. Didn't feel comfortable pulling the trigger, never threw it. He lost 4 or 5 yards, and the Buccaneers will have to punt.
Well, watching the replay about Vincent Jackson in motion, he just ran an out route, and really good job by the defense of undercutting the routes and not giving up that first down.
Well, they give a sack to Ellerby, and the Buccaneers will punt the ball away, and Marcus Thigpen awaits at the 10-yard line. Dolphins have not turned the ball over tonight. Here's the snap and the kick by Kanan. Nice spiraling punt. Fair catch signal for it. Made at the 5-yard line by Thigpen. Don't know why he caught it. That thing may have bounced into the end zone, but Thigpen elects to make the catch of the fair catch at the 5-yard line with 3 minutes remaining in the game. The sonic catch of the game. Well, you got to give it to the offensive tackle, Donald Penn, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how many catches on his resume? Yeah, he's got a touchdown catch, the second career touchdown, by the way, of Donald Penn's career in his 101st consecutive start. That is our sonic catch of the day. It was a touchdown, and the Bucs led early 7-0. Your sonic catch of the game. Say good morning with a breakfast burrito and a premium red button roast coffee at Sonic. Dolphins start with 3 minutes to go. Bucs use 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Dolphins at their own 5. Tannehill from his own end zone. Throws a pass to the right. It is caught to the right by the tight end, Charles Clay, and he's knocked out of bounds. That's a gain of maybe 3. And Mark Barron just not letting a bigger guy get by him and get outside contained. Nice tackle.
It's man coverage again, and they got Clay on Barron, and Barron does a good job. He gives up the catch, but not yards after the catch.
Well, the Miami Dolphins have the football for the 6th time. Dropping to throw, Tannehill throws a pass underneath and is caught. First down, Clay, the tight end, makes another catch. He's out to the 22. They found something they can exploit now, a tight end running a little crossing route, and they get 3 yards on one pass, and that pass gets them a first down out to the 22-yard line.
Miami's now in a hurry up. They're trying to get some substitution for Clay.
He took a pretty good shot, goes to the sideline to get a breather. First down, 10 from the 22, moving left. The snap, Tannehill, we can't get to him, passes the ball, and it is caught at the 33. My goodness, we cannot stop Ryan Tannehill. 2:15 to go, 2:14. Down to 2 minutes, 12 seconds. We lead 3, 22-19. Dolphins appear to go ahead and let it tick down, although Tannehill is ready to try to trigger one more play before the 2-minute warning. Down to 2:01, 2:02, and Pouncey will not snap the ball in time. We have reached the 2-minute warning, says Jeff Trippett. The 2-minute warning is brought to you by Buddy's Home Furnishings, where you are pre-approved to receive up to $2,500 in name brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and more. Buddies makes ownership easy and affordable with weekly or monthly lease ownership programs. Tampa Bay 22, Miami 19. At the 2-minute warning, let's take a timeout. Your Dex Imaging drive of the game. Well, the last time the Buccaneers had the ball, we go 80 yards, 9 plays in 4 minutes and 51 seconds, and Bobby Rainey scores a 1-yard touchdown. That's your Dex Imaging drive of the game. We help businesses do better business. Dolphins out of the 2-minute warning. Trailing by 3. First down 10 from the 33. Moving left toward the north end zone of the pirate ship. Tannehill in the shotgun. We send everybody but the kitchen sink, and we get the Tannehill. We sack him for the first time tonight. The most sacked quarterback of the National Football League, and it took us 58 minutes and 8 seconds to sack him. And with that sack, United Healthcare will donate 1,200 meals to Feeding America Tampa Bay as part of the Sack Hunger campaign. United Healthcare, helping build healthier communities.
Timeout. Miami. They're first.
I said we brought the kitchen.
Set the game clock to 154. 154.
I said we brought the kitchen sink, Dave. I don't know who gets credit for that sack. We had 7 going over the top.
Levante David is, I think, the guy that they're going to credit with it.
Well, the NFL Ticket Exchange Player of the game. How about that quarterback sack? That was it. That's your NFL Ticket Exchange Player of the game. Buc fans, buy and sell tickets at NFL.com/ticket exchange. The loss all the way back to the Dolphin 24-yard line. That's a loss of 8. Second down, 18. Out of the shotgun. We send 4 this time. And we get to Tannehill again. Back-to-back sacks, and Tannehill goes down to the 14-yard line. And Gerald McCoy will get credit for that sack.
Miami, they're second. They're 30-second timeout.
And with that sack by Gerald McCoy, United Healthcare donates 1,200 more meals to Feeding America Tampa Bay as part of the Sack Hunger campaign. United Healthcare, helping build healthier communities. They spot the ball at the 15-yard line, and it will be third down and 27. Back-to-back sacks. Can we stop them? No pass interference penalty. No roughing the passer. Come on, Bucs. Let's win this one. A minute 49 to go. Bucs fans standing and cheering. Tannehill, shotgun formation. They need to reach their 48-yard line from the 15, the snap. Tannehill, 4-man rush. Gets the pass away. Knocked away at the 19-yard line. Intended for Rashad Matthews. He's been a buck killer all night. And Michael Adams, an additional defensive back, got in there and knocked it away. It will be fourth down. Dolphins have to go for it, don't they? With a minute 44 to go.
Yes, they do, and this is a good situation for the Bucs defense. This is the team that's given up the most sacks in the league. Bucs finally got 2 in a row, but this is a situation where they're going to be able to generate pressure. If you're Miami, you might be looking for a screen, maybe to get something big, but you got to get a lot of yards. 4th and 27,
Tannehill drops, looks for Wallace on the far side, throws the ball downfield, far side of the field. It is intercepted at the 34-yard line by Darrelle Revis on his island. He picks the Dolphins. He played against them for 6 games with the New York Jets, and he has a pick, and the Bucs will win this game with 95 seconds remaining.
Now, it's funny. It looked like Revis almost baited him into this throw. He was hanging behind. He had some help over the top, and then he was able to catch up, get in position, and go up and get the ball at its highest point.
Well, the Dolphins spent big money to get Mike Wallace, and that's who they were throwing to. He went on a fly route down the far sideline. Joe DeCourty said, watch number 11. They're going to send you deep. That's what they did. And there was our big money guy, Darrelle Revis, with the interception. Buccaneers will take over. Dolphins have just one timeout. Today's efficient player of the game, brought to you by Tico People's Gas. We got a lot of candidates. We got a lot of. How about Gerald McCoy? Warren Sapp pointed him out with a disruptive force in the middle. Gets a quarterback sack late. Donald Penn makes a touchdown catch as an eligible tight end. Bobby Rainey comes in and scores a touchdown. Who do you like? Darrelle Revis with that pick. Who do you like?
I like Rainey, I think.
Okay.
Rainey's the guy that got the big score to get us ahead.
Bobby Rainey gives us the go-ahead touchdown. Bucs lead 22-19. That's your Tico People's Gas efficient player of the game. Increase your efficiency with natural gas. It delivers comfort, savings, and cash back. Find out more at peoplesgas.com. Well, I see the Bucs are going to win this thing, but we still have 95 seconds to go. I think I made that mistake in New York City. But the Buccaneers have the ball. The Dolphins have one timeout.
Who is eligible?
and see how we play this thing out. Glennon's going to line up under center. You got 95 seconds remaining. Glennon's going to take the snap, hands it off to Brian Leonard, running to his right, and he'll be tackled at the 27. But Leonard, a veteran, just hanging onto that ball with two arms. He'll force the Dolphins to spend their final timeout.
Timeout. Miami, their third and final charge timeout. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
On this Veterans Day, Buccaneer cheerleaders wear their camouflage tops. They look military to me. We had the skit that showed "Thank You, Military." We had the special pregame singing of the national anthem by the Army National Chorus. And it is a tremendous way to finish Veterans Day with a Buccaneer win, huh?
I agree.
We salute the veterans and those serving presently in our armed forces. We salute our troops in the area serving at MacDill. Bucs will run the ball to the left. This is Leonard hanging onto the ball with both hands. Spins out to the 29. And a minute 23 to go, a minute 22. Bucs lead 22-19. And the huddle clock has already started now. 35 seconds. Bucs are going to run one more play. Then we'll sort of measure. You know, Leonard was trying to stay inbounds and keep the ball alive and use a little bit more time. You got a minute 8 to go on the game clock. 23 seconds on the huddle clock, and you figure with one timeout left, Greg Schiano's going to call a timeout with 1 second left on that huddle clock. What do you think?
I think you're right. It's a pretty good call, Gene.
And remember, you got 40-second timing rules, and with 50 seconds now on the clock, one more snap of the ball, and the Buccaneers should walk away with a win. Did we not take a timeout? Did we absorb a 5-yard penalty?
Offense. 5-yard penalty. It'll still be third down.
Well, excuse me, 5-yard penalty for delay of game.
I agreed with you. I think you should have taken a timeout. There's no reason to give him 5 more.
You might want to hang on to it if something bad happens. I don't know. 42 seconds remain. So the huddle clock, all you got to do is kill 2 seconds.
Timeout. Tampa Bay. Their third and final charge timeout. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
So you were saying? So if you're going to do that, you probably should do it in 1 second so you don't give up the 5 yards as well.
Well, you get closer to your end zone, and that gets a little scary and hairy in an NFL game.
That's where I think you were heading with that, right? Instead of giving up the 5, use a timeout rather than getting a penalty and then using a timeout.
I'm like Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing. 42 seconds remain. You use 2 more seconds, and this game's over. Because you got 42 on the game clock. You're at 40-second timing rules. And here is the snap, dropping back. Glennon takes a knee. He took just enough time. 37 seconds. This game's over. You do not have to snap the ball. The Buccaneers will celebrate a victory in the locker room on Warren Sapp's day. What a win by Tampa Bay, and rookie quarterback Mike Glennon has a victory under his belt for the first time in his career. Tip your hat to that rookie from North Carolina State.
Well, you go back to talk about Rainey. He had a good drive and really led the team with some big runs and was able to capitalize with a touchdown to really get the Bucs ahead. And then, obviously, the 2 sacks in a row played a huge part in stopping that drive because Tannehill was completing passes at 10 yards a pop. So overall, Bucs, they had some penalties, they overcame some things, but ultimately they got that victory, and that's all that really counts in the end.
It sounds like victory when you hear the cannons roar at the end of the ball game. Bucs win. Bucs win. Bucs win. 22-19 is your final score. The Buccaneers begin the second half of the season with that glass of water half full, Dave. 22-19. Congratulations on your birthday.
Well, thank you, sir.
That's your happy birthday. Yeah. 22-19. Bucs beat the Dolphins. Series all-time even now at 5-5. That's a great show for Monday Night Football. What do you think? Let's take a timeout.
This is the Hooters postgame show. Hooters, the original wing joint, celebrating 30 years. Coming up in the next hour, we'll get you updated on all the NFL games, highlights from our game, and we'll be live from the Buccaneers locker room with players and head coach Greg Schiano. Here again is Ronnie Lane.
All right, the Bucs get off the schneid, win their first game of the season, 22-19. We'll pick up the second half highlight package, and the Bucs led at halftime, 15-7. The Dolphins come clawing back, though, on their second possession of the second half. They get a Caleb Sturgis 40-yard field goal to cut that margin to 15-10. And then a possession later, the Dolphins drive, and they score on a 2nd and 10 play. Tannehill to Rishard Matthews.
2nd down, 10 from the 19, moving right shotgun set to the snap. Play action fake, the pass on the left side. It is caught. Nice catch down the sideline. 5. Touchdown, Miami. Dolphins lead for the first time of the game. They throw the ball to Rishard Matthews, and he's been a buck killer. He already has over 100 yards, and he's got a career night on a Monday night game in Tampa.
Who? Rishard Matthews. That's who. Coach Philbin decides to go for a 2-point conversion. Here's what happened on that.
Tannehill takes the snap, rolling pocket to his right, looks back against the grain, throws it toward the end zone, knocked away in the end zone. Nice play by Darrelle Revis. That came so close to being a completed 2-point conversion, didn't it? But a nice play by Darrelle Revis.
We'd hear more from Darrelle Revis later. 16-15, Dolphins now with a lead. They add a Caleb Sturgis 30-yard field goal after the pass from Glennon had been intercepted by Jimmy Wilson. And the Bucs defense did a nice job keeping the Dolphins out of the end zone there. That was a big stand by the defense. So the Dolphins have now scored 19 unanswered points and led after 3 quarters, 19-15. So we roll into the 4th quarter. The Buccaneers get the ball and mount a 9-play, 80-yard drive. The drive was aided by a couple of, Bobby Rainey runs. Here's one of them.
Underwood in motion near side from the 33. Handoff running right. It's Rainey. Rainey finds daylight. He's got a first.
Let's go.
To the left side.
Let's go.
To the 15 to the 10. Got a block to the 5. To the 3. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Bobby Rainey.
Yeah.
And the Bucs are a yard away from retaking the lead with 10:59 to go. I hear the cannon.
That was Hall of Famer Warren Sapp in the booth with our guys there, and he was there to watch Bobby Rainey on 1st and goal.
Gabe Karimi is an eligible receiver. They'll hand the ball off, running left.
Let's
Bobby
go.
Rainey
Let's
to the
go.
corner. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bobby Rainey's got his first career touchdown. That's a kid off the Bears practice squad. And there, fire those cannons. Fire them. Fire them again.
Shoot him.
Fire them for Warren Sapp. Fire them for Bobby Rainey. Fire them for the Buccaneers. We score in the 4th.
Gene Deckerhoff and Ring of Honor inductee Warren Sapp in the booth there, Hall of Famer as well, as the Bucs take a 22-19 lead. And then it comes down to the final possession of the game for the Dolphins. They get the ball deep in their own territory, and the Buccaneers come up with their first sacks of the night. Here's the first one.
First down, 10 from the 33. Moving left toward the north end zone of the Pirate ship. Tannehill in the shotgun. We send everybody but the kitchen sink, and we get to Tannehill. We sack him for the first time tonight. The most sacked quarterback of the National Football League, and it took us 58 minutes and 8 seconds to sack him.
That was a combination sack. They gave the sack each to half each to 2 different Buccaneers, and then on the ensuing play, big number 93 comes up with a sack.
2nd down, 18. Out of the shotgun. We send 4 this time, and we get to Tannehill again. Back-to-back sacks, and Tannehill goes down to the 14-yard line. And Gerald McCoy will get credit for that sack.
So the G-Mac gets that sack. That sets up 4th and 28. And here's what transpired then.
4th and 27. Tannehill drops, looks for Wallace on the far side, throws the ball downfield, far side of the field. It is intercepted at the 34-yard line by Darrelle Revis on his island. He picks the Dolphins. He played against them for 6 games with the New York Jets, and he has a pick, and the Bucs will win this game with 95 seconds remaining.
So on a very emotional night at Raymond James Stadium when Warren Sapp was inducted into the Ring of Honor, the Buccaneers come up with their first win of the season. Bucs 22, Dolphins 19.
The McDonald's NFL scoreboard. Score with McDonald's delicious McRib sandwich. I'm loving it.
Well, there's only one score to report, and that's the one you just heard. The Buccaneers won it 22-19. So lots of smiles all over the place in Tampa Bay as the Bucs get off the snide and win their first game of the season. The Hooters postgame show will continue after this timeout.
More from the Buccaneers locker room on the Hooters postgame show with DJ Reeves.
22-19, our final. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers get one in the left-hand column here tonight in come-from-behind fashion, and Mike Glennon is here with us in a victorious locker room. The win is the most important thing, and it was a total team effort for 60 minutes. Just give me your thoughts here immediately after this one, first of all.
We got off to a great start. All phases of the game, offense, defense, special teams, big plays all over the place. Got away from us a little bit, but I think it's great that we were able to kind of come back after, some weeks of giving up a lead and then not bouncing back. We were able to do that tonight, and it's just great to be in the locker room with a victory.
Building that 15-0 lead was a play on the goal line to offensive tackle Donald Penn. Now, you should know that we had him on the radio about a week ago, and he's been lobbying for that play publicly, privately, etc. There it was.
Yeah, I heard actually on the Jumbotron right before we called it, they were showing the same play from a few years ago when he ran it. So it's great for him. 101 consecutive starts. I know he was excited all week for it, and when the opportunity presented itself, I was glad we called it.
Can you say enough about the 80-yard drive? It's aided by their penalty, but you guys went on to make some plays, including Bobby Rainey with the big runs down the stretch there to give you guys the lead for good.
Yeah, Bobby really stepped up. Both him and Brian Leonard did a great job stepping up when Mike James went down. He's only been here for a few weeks, and to make the plays that he did shows that he's a special player. And now it's going to be a time for both of those guys to really take the role going forward.
How much confidence does this give a team that has not been able to celebrate for 2 months?
It's great. It's second half of the season, and it feels good just to get that first one, and now hopefully we can get things rolling.
Mike, thank you. Congratulations. And again, Mike Glennon, 11 of 21, 139 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in this one. And we're going to stay right here and get over and talk with Darrelle Revis here immediately after this one, as the Bucs have won for the first time in 2013. Congratulations. The win is the most important thing. Tell me more about that.
It's big for us, TJ, to get our first win. We fell short previous weeks, came close to winning games and couldn't finish, but we finally found a way to finish this game and get a win, and that speaks highly of this team.
We saw you in particular making plays all over the field, tackle in the backfield, swatting the ball away in the end zone, interception at the end. You've been saying to us, I'm getting healthier, I'm closer to 100%. It showed on Monday Night Football tonight, did it not?
Yeah, TJ, the knee is getting better, so it's feeling better, and I'm getting a little bit more confidence in my game, and I'm just trying to get back to my old self.
On that final play, where they were obviously trying to go long, to make something happen with Mike Wallace, just describe the play.
It was 4th and 27, and they tried to make a Hail Mary play, and in that moment when the ball's in the air, you never know who's going to come down with the ball. I just happened to, sink in coverage, in zone coverage, and happened to just jump up and catch the ball.
What does this do for this football team, confidence-wise, etc.? Don't have to hear about winless anymore, etc. What does it do?
A win cures everything, and we've been 0-8, and been struggling to get wins this year, but it's good to get our first win, to come in here and especially at home. The fans were into it. It was Veterans Day. It was an emotional game for us, and we knew the type of game it was going to be on Monday night as well. So it's great, man. It's great for the fans, and it's great. It's going to give us confidence, too, to move forward week in and week out.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All right.
Again, Darrelle Revis all over the field in this football game tonight, making plays in the backfield, swatting the ball away, as we mentioned, down on the goal line, forcing the Dolphins to try a field goal attempt, the interception there at the end, all part of a 22-19 first victory of the season, and we'll have more on the Hooters postgame show. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.
The Hooters postgame show continues with TJ Reeves.
Well, our final here tonight is the Buccaneers 22 and the Miami Dolphins 19 in what is obviously a jubilant Tampa Bay Buccaneer locker room after a 15-0 lead went away. This team showed some mettle down the stretch of this game, trailing 19-15, going on an 80-yard drive that encompassed 6 plays, and it ends up being the game-winning drive. The touchdown by Bobby Rainey helped put this one away. So give credit where it is due to the Buccaneers for finding a way to come back and win this football game. And we get the opportunity here for just a moment to come over and talk with Levante David in the aftermath of this one on the Buccaneers Radio Network. Hey, congratulations on the victory. Smile on your face, and rightfully so. This team put one away and got the win tonight. How were you able to put this one away tonight and secure the first win, Levante, as a team?
Just everybody sticking together. Everybody, all the leaders stepping up, everybody coming in, doing their job. We just couldn't let this one slip away. We couldn't let this be like all the other weeks, so we had to get this one.
When you got the lead at 22-19, and it's up to the defense to come out and get one more stop, what's being said? Sideline, huddle, etc., if anything?
We knew it was going to be on us. Everybody stepped up. Right at that 2-minute warning, I came in, brought the guys in, and said it ain't going to happen again, man. We gotta make all this stuff end right here, right now. So that's what happened.
You made you had a safety early on in the game, a tackle in the end zone. We saw a couple of sacks at the end of this game. We saw a Darrelle Revis interception at the end of this game. This defense made key plays at key times, right?
It was our time. It was on us. Told the D-line, they give y'all the opportunity to go get them, go get them. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all get paid for. Go get them. Everybody in the secondary, everybody just did their part and covered the wide receivers, and that's what happened.
A fun one for you, because we were talking on the radio show last week, a South Florida guy who grew up with the Miami Dolphins in the backyard. Sweet to get one against the Dolphins on Monday Night Football? I have to think yes.
Yeah, very sweet, very sweet. All the friends back home watching, most of them, a lot of them, Miami fans. So, it's sweet to get that win against their team again and then get to play against my hometown team.
Levante, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And again, this young man was all over the football field again tonight. We mentioned he had the safety, his first of his career, 7 tackles, 2 of them for losses. I'm going to sneak over here to Gerald McCoy, too, with a microphone. Hey, congratulations, big fella. Winless no more. It's got to feel tremendous, but I won't speak for you. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's great, man. We put in a lot of work. And just kept fighting, man, and this just goes to show that what I was saying is true, man. We just was going to keep pressing until we got that feeling back, what it feels like to get a W and walk to the locker room with a win.
Why did you finish it on that final drive this go-around? We saw sacks. We saw the big play at the end by Darrelle to seal it. Why?
We had to. We had no choice. We done been in this situation too many times, and for us to have the players we have on defense and, just the game plan, it was mandatory. Levante David pulled us up in the huddle, and he said, we done been through this too many times. Now it's time to finish it. So that's what we did.
And can you say enough about the young guys across the board? I mean, a rookie quarterback, yes, and you got guys like Tim Wright out there as a rookie, and then a guy like Bobby Rainey, who's just come to this roster running that hard, fourth quarter, go-ahead touchdown. You can't say enough about that stuff, right?
No, you can't, man. It's just us working as a unit, as a team, and everybody coming together to, for one common goal, and that's to get a W.
And it happened tonight. Gerald, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, the final score is 22-19. The Hooters postgame show will continue after this timeout.
More from the Buccaneers locker room on the Hooters postgame show with TJ Reeves.
22-19 is our final tonight on Monday Night Football, on a night in which Warren Sapp goes into the Ring of Honor for all time, with number 99 being retired tonight. The Buccaneers come up with their first victory, and center Jeremy Zuta talking to the media. We'll stick a microphone in here while we have a moment.
Took some things off us for a little bit. It was a little bit of relief, I'm just, proud of the team, 0-8. A lot of teams start turning on each other, pointing a finger, and really we haven't done any of that. We've been trying to stick together and just try to get things right, together. And I think tonight, we started doing that a little bit.
And what did it mean, on the other side of the ball to see Darrelle Revis, what he did at the end of the game there? I mean, that was a really athletic play, and you haven't seen a play like that from him really since he hurt his knee.
Yeah, I mean, he just goes out there and shuts people down, it's quiet because nobody tries him. They tried him that one time and he made them pay. He just goes out there every week, does his job, and it's kind of quiet because, we haven't been winning, but he's a heck of a player, and everybody knows that, but it's just been so quiet because of the way things go.
Jeremy, we're live here on the Buccaneers Radio Network. Can you say enough about the job that this team did with an 80-yard touchdown drive for the lead, and even going to a young man in Bobby Rainey who hasn't been on the roster that long for some of the key runs? That was a huge drive in a huge moment for this team and to get the first win, yes?
Yes, definitely. I mean, in the past, those situations where things start to turn, they kept turning on us. And I think tonight we said, enough, and we just got that drive was just kind of a statement. We weren't going to, just not again, and I think everybody was just committed to trying to make sure we put the game on us.
One thing that cannot get overlooked here too is the defense at the very end of this football game was able to make some plays. I know that's the other side of the ball, but it was on them at the end, and they were able to get the stop.
No, definitely. They started on a 2-minute, and then they actually completed a couple passes, and I'm sure a lot of people in the stands were thinking, "Oh, it's going to happen again." And Levante, he stood up and he said, "It's not going to happen again. We're not doing this anymore. Enough." And Gerald and the D-line just came off, and they got those 2 sacks, and Darrelle had that pick to seal the game, and it was just a statement for the defense too.
Unfortunately, Mike James goes down early, and then you got Brian Leonard, a veteran, and you got Bobby Rainey, but this line was able to open some holes. Why were you having the success? I know you haven't seen film, but why were you having the success opening the holes, and this team rushed for over 150 yards in this game with Leonard and Rainey?
Yeah, I think it was just a commitment to the running game, especially that drive where we went down, and we were committed to trying to take over that game, letting the O-line, eat, and everybody on the O-line for that drive was just fighting with everything they got. And, Taekwon had a huge catch on there too. And we found a way to put it in the end zone.
One of your brothers on that line is Donald Penn, and you know where I'm going with this. He's been lobbying for that football for a couple of years, ever since he caught a touchdown in San Francisco. We were joking about it with him on the radio a week and a half ago, and he kept saying, we practice it. I want it in a game. There it was on the goal line, and the big fella comes up with another touchdown, and it ends up being huge.
Yeah, I thought our production crew blew it for us. They showed his last touchdown right before on the jumbo screen, right before he ran it. They put the spotlight on him, right? We're trying to check in.
Trying to be sneaky
on the low in it, and they're putting the camera on him and everything. Really, we had to look. We weren't even supposed to run the play on that, and somehow Mike found a way to get the ball off, and Donald, caught it. So it was just perfect storm. Really.
Now we're going to hear for all time that he's got not 1 but 2 touchdowns, right?
And he's going to start lobbying again for another one, probably tomorrow.
All right. Yes, Jeremy. Thank you. Congratulations. Great job.
Appreciate it.
All right, and again, the Buccaneers have won this one 22-19 here tonight. Bobby Rainey, by the way, is standing over here with us. Congratulations on the win here tonight. Let's begin with the statement drive this team makes. We're live here on the Buccaneer Radio Network, by the way. 80-yard drive, huge drive. How were you guys able to get that done as an offensive unit?
Basically staying consistent. And we know that we had to continue to run the ball, and that's what we did. We put together a nice drive.
You're able to finish it off with 2 huge runs, one down inside the 1-yard line and then the touchdown run. That's got to be a dream come true on Monday Night Football. What was it like to experience that?
Well, basically, my mindset is just doing what I'm coached to do first. And then the offensive line did their job, and all the credit goes to them up front for blocking. And then my coaching basically telling me to read my keys or whatever, and that's what I did. And I got to the second level, and then he always tell us after you get to the second level, do what you do. And it was a nice play that came out.
You've only been here a short amount of time. How much of the playbook do you know at this stage? And then you're pressed into duty to be carrying the ball in the fourth quarter of a Monday Night Football game.
Well, I think I know a great deal of it because if the head coach have confidence in putting me in the game, so that means I know a great deal of the offense, and I know the basics as far as run and the protection. I think that's the 2 basic things that you need to know in playing football and at this level is first protecting, and then protecting the ball, and then learn how to run.
All right, and now a couple of fun ones. You have the football, I assume, or the equipment guys got it. Where is the football going to go for a Monday Night Football touchdown? Who gets that?
Right now I'm house shopping, and I'm looking for a man cave, and it will be at my man cave.
And now, who's the first phone call to? We've been bothering you with the media. Who do you call after winning a game on Monday Night Football, helping win one with a go-ahead touchdown?
No. It was between my mom and my fiance, and then I got my fiance with my daughter though, so she might win.
Maybe a 3-way call.
Yeah, I would if I put them all on three-way.
That's a good idea. Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
Bobby Rainey, again, has not been with this team very long at all, being picked up off a practice squad, second-year guy. Interestingly, played at Western Kentucky for the USF current football coach Willie Taggart at Western Kentucky. Now here he is in a Buccaneer uniform, and Rainey tonight had 8 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown, also a reception for 11 yards in this game, and the Buccaneers secure their first win of 2013, 22-19 over the Miami Dolphins here tonight. And we will have more on the Hooters postgame show, including head coach Greg Schiano. He will join us shortly. This is the Buccaneers Radio Network.